This is Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. I've got some important information for you guys, so listen up. It is time to pre-order your very own DVD or Blu-ray box set of the 2019 Maroon Devil varsity football season. This action-packed set will include every regular season game, all postseason games, plus a specially edited game highlights program. You can choose either DVDs or Blu-ray discs for the same low price of just $30 per set. Go to www.maroondevils.com and click Store to place your order. Get all of the action and excitement of the 2019 varsity football season to enjoy in the comfort of your own home for years to come. So what are you waiting for? Go now. Go to www.maroondevils.com to get your own piece of Maroon Devil history.
Live from Bessemer City High School, here from Jack Dixon Stadium on a beautiful Friday night. This is Maroon Devil Football live here on the Maroon Devils Network. Hi, everybody. Gary Ayers along with Coach Rod White. And, Coach, I tell you, it actually feels almost balmy out here for the week before Thanksgiving, but we're not complaining. It's a beautiful night, and we hope we're going to have a great football game.
Yeah, it's not raining.
That's right.
We left the rain back home, and for folks that are back home listening, it's dry down here, and it doesn't look like they've had a whole heck of a lot of rain. The field looks like it's in good shape. But we got out of the rain somewhere on this side of Asheville, and we haven't seen it since.
It is really nice. We see, of course, that brown-colored Bermuda grass out there, and we're ready to go. We have a better vantage point here tonight than we did 2 years ago. And of course, I look at this through maroon-colored glasses, if you will. I really believe, Coach, that we had the better team here 2 years ago. Now, obviously, they whipped us 2 years ago, 26-21, but turnovers played a big part of that game, and I really think that's why we left with a loss.
And it was the turnovers at the most inopportune time. You know, if you're going to have a turnover, you don't want it on your end of the field. If it's going to happen, you want it across the 50 down there somewhere, at least that gives you a fighting chance. That's not what happened to us. 2 years ago, we were turning the ball over on our end of the field. They had a short distance to go, and I think they converted on just about every turnover.
Yeah, they did. They turned them into points. And our vantage point last time we were here 2 years ago, we were down about the 20-yard line, actually, on the grassy knoll. Mm-hmm. And I know that's a part of history with the Kennedy clan we don't want to talk about, but this is a different grassy knoll. We're actually located almost at the 50-yard line here tonight. We're actually in the visitor stands where Joe Holt and, of course, Toby Burrell, our producers, have set us up. And we're ready to go. And I think a lot of people are wondering, Coach, hey, is Bryce Singh going to play tonight? He was out there warming up, but time will tell. Will we need him tonight? Can we do it without him? Those questions, I guess, will have to be answered tonight.
Yeah, and Coach Blankenship and his staff, they've done a heck of a job of building a different game plan that they've showed us last week, especially a game plan where Bryce is not the part of it that's going to really hurt you. And they incorporated some different things that I think really helped. They've given some folks some different looks that we hadn't seen before. This came out of necessity because Bryce wasn't out there. So they've had to get more creative and come up with different ways of attacking these defenses using the personnel that's out there. Yes, I hope Bryce is out there. That's what we're hoping for, because that will bring another element that these folks haven't seen. They've not seen him unless they go way back in the season and try to research and watch him play back earlier in the year. But if he shows up out there and he's full speed, which we don't know yet, then it'll be a shock to their system.
Oh, no question. And, Coach, I know looking back at Bessemer City 2 years ago, we know they have speed. Anytime you get down in this part of the state, from here on down to the eastern seaboard, you run into athleticism. You run into speed. And that's something we don't have as much of in the mountains. And I know we expect that. We anticipate that. And I'm sure Coach Blankenship and his staff have really worked hard on containing that speed.
Yeah, all you have to do is go to a track meet that is statewide of any kind, and you will see the concentrated number of runners. Now, people say, well, they come from this area right around in here, and people say, well, what's that got to do with anything? Those same kids are on this football field, a lot of them, and especially those who are sprinters, those who can do the athletic things like high jump and long jump and anything having to do with track. you see it. You'll see a lot of champions come out of this area. Well, you convert that out here on this football field, that's where you see the athleticism coming from.
It really makes a huge difference, of course. And I think we've said this for years. I know you've talked about this with your players, as many of our coaches have. I really believe our mountain teams have the edge in that physical toughness that sometimes you see it down here, but sometimes you don't. And I think that's something mountain teams have always taken a lot of pride in, that, hey, we might not be as fast as you, but we might be a little tougher than you are.
Yeah, a lot of coaches call that the culture.
Yeah.
It's the culture that your team is built around. And, you come from the area up there around the Smoky Mountain Conference where, anybody that comes up there and plays that's not part of that week in and week out, they have to grow accustomed to that kind of physical play, because it's not something that you learn overnight. It's
right.
A much more type of game where it gets a little nastier, it gets a little tougher. Now, I'm like you, not all of them's that way. Not whole teams are that way down here.
Right.
But we have seen some of them quit when it really got nasty out there, simply because it was too much for them.
Oh, no doubt about it. Our cheerleaders making their way onto the field here. Now, if you're listening in wondering why can't I see the video here tonight, well, we're not allowed to bring you the video tonight, but we're bringing you audio on the Maroon Devils Network and, of course, WBHN. So we appreciate folks listening in, whether you're on the radio or on the Internet. And I hope we're going to be right here next week. We won't be here, obviously, but we're going to be playing the winner of that Mitchell-Polk County game. And we were talking with Toby Burrell and Joe Holt before we got on the air here, and they brought up a very good point. If Polk County can somehow upset number 2 seed Mitchell and we can win here tonight, then, hey, we would be at home next Friday. So we got to be pulling for Polk tonight, I guess.
Yeah, that'd be a wonderful thing. It'd be an unforeseen advantage that we didn't realize we were going to have, and
right.
We just didn't have any clue.
And coming into the game tonight, of course, one of the reasons Bessemer City, and I think the only reason, because overall they're 7-4. Our Maroon Devils right now, after last week, we are 10-2. But the reason they're a higher seed, they tied for the conference title down here. Now, we know Union Academy, the team we beat last week, they were 4th in the Southern Piedmont Conference, and they lost to the top 3 teams. One of those is Bessemer City. Bessemer City tied with Thomas Jefferson and Mountain Island Charter, a 3-way tie in this conference, and it's a pretty tough conference, especially at the top. But again, the reason they tied for the conference championship, Coach, I've got to believe is why they're a higher seed in this 1AA bracket.
Yeah, it would end up the same way had we defeated either Robbinsville or Murphy, and it had been ended up in a 3-way tie. We would have been seated higher. But just the way it worked out and the way everything shook down, I'm just glad that it's getting positioned. And you see some of the same teams year in and year out because of the conferences and the way they have to split the state into to Western District and an Eastern District and come up with a champion on both sides to play in the state championships. You basically see some of the same teams. However, on occasion, you'll see a team from further down east thrown into the western side, like a Hobton or somebody like that that's down there below Raleigh. And,
like Whiteville.
Yeah, Whiteville. We talked about that last week. It's almost ridiculous, but they have to take the top-seeded teams out of the conferences and then place them. And so sometimes they have to bleed some over into districts that they're not used to playing in. But Bessemer City is one of them that year in, year out, you got to go through this, the top part of this conference down here to get there.
Oh, no doubt about it. Talking about some of those teams that we've been running into year in and year out, the names that keep popping up: Mount Airy, Bessemer City, West Montgomery. We have played these teams over and over. Starmount is another team that comes into mind.
Yeah.
You look at it last year, we lost to Mount Airy. 2 years ago, we lost to Bessemer. 3 years ago, West Montgomery. If we want to go back to 4 years ago, it was East Wilkes. 5 years back, Starmount knocked us out in the Final Four.
Right.
Then if you want to go back even further, it was West Montgomery. We've run into those guys, Coach, so many times.
Yeah.
But again, those names keep popping up, as you mentioned, those same names. And we know them, they know us. And sometimes I think, hey, not a whole lot of surprises sometimes.
No, you develop a history with them. Back in during my time, it was Maiden and Starmount and people down here on 321, right where we came down through here, and that road is so familiar. I just about know every farmhouse coming down that road because we traveled down here so many times for playoff games where we'd end up playing their conference champion, and they'd be seated higher than us for one reason or another. Whether a whole lot of times it didn't have anything to do with your record, but it was just who had where they had decided to put you in what bracket. So that's just the way it worked out. But, yeah, we play a lot of teams down this way.
Oh, no doubt, Coach. Now, one of the reasons I really hope we can win here tonight over Bessemer City, it seems the past 4 years, that second round has been our nemesis. We have not been able to get past that second round. The last time we did was back in 2014 when we went to the Final Four. We had beaten Mount Airy, we beat Avery, and we beat Whiteville. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we run into Starmount in the Final Four. But then in 2013, of course, we made it all the way down even further as West Montgomery knocked us out. And, of course, West Montgomery played for the state championship against James Keenan that year. Mm-hmm. Of course, we know in 2012 we played for the title. 2011 we won the title. But the last 3 or 4 years, they just haven't been kind to us in that second round.
No, this second round right here has been our bugaboo, and this needs to be taken care of here tonight, and we hope it is. And I'm sure Coach Blankenship has made that point to his players. This is a hump. This is a hump we've got to get over. We've got to learn how to win in these stretches. Now, people don't realize a 5-game playoff scheme after you've played your regular season, and it's a 5-game schedule. It's like a whole other season, as we've talked before. But if you think about it, it's half of another season thrown out there in front of you, and the competition is it gets stiffer every week.
That's right. I think really, Coach, once you get past the first round, that second round, from there on down the line, it's really, really tough. Fans, stay tuned. We'll come back. We're going to take a break down the line, and we'll be back after this 2-minute timeout right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
I'm Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you enjoy our videos, please hit the notification bell down below so you can get a notification every time that we upload a video. Fans, welcome back live here on the Maroon Devils Network on a Friday night down at Bessemer City High School and again at Jack Dixon Stadium here. We're outside, but again, the weather is not bad at all. And, Coach, looking back at how Bessemer City got here, you look back at their regular season schedule, they had a tough start as they lost to Chase 28-10. Then they really got hammered by Forest View out of Gastonia just down the road 64-0. Then they kind of bounced back against Community School of Davidson, winning that one 38-7. Then they got hammered again by North Lincoln 42-0. Then they kind of got it together. They beat Mountain Island Charter, one of these tri-champions, by 1 point, 20-19. They beat Highland Tech
36-16. They beat Union, the team we played last week, 46-20, so kind of a similar score that we did. They won over Pine Lake. Then they lost big time to Thomas Jefferson, 40-0. They beat Christ the King out of Huntersville, and they beat Cherryville 40-14. So they had a week off last week, and but they've had a couple of games where they really got pounded pretty good.
Yeah, and that goes to show you, that they are beatable.
Yeah.
And that there's something there that can be taken advantage of. And I'm sure Coach Blankenship and his staff have searched that out as much as they can to see what they can do to expose the weaknesses. I mean,
right.
That's, as a coach, that's what you do. You look for the strong points and the weak points, and you try to take away their strong stuff, but you try to take advantage of anything that you don't think they're doing fundamentally sound, whether it be in the kicking game or on offense or defense. If it's not sound, take advantage of it. Find a way, either through players or through scheming, to take that away from them.
Oh, no question. And, a lot of times when you get to this point, because just about every team is a good team, it really comes down to what we mentioned earlier. Turnovers, and also something that played a big role in the last time we were here 2 years ago, penalties. Penalties can really hurt you.
Yeah, and if the game's played with no turnovers and very limited penalties, because you can't hardly go through a ball game without some penalties.
Sure.
You just hope that they're not mental mistake penalties. It's something that's aggressive. It's something that you've been coaching on, whether it be a late hit, but it's not jumping off sides. It's not illegal procedure type calls where somebody's just not got their head in it, or something gets screwed up out there, or wrong snap count. If you can keep those at a minimum, we stand a much better chance than we did last time of beating these people.
Now we're playing on natural grass here tonight. As we mentioned, that Bermuda grass has turned brown, and we're going to talk more about that as we continue on. Right now, though, let's see what Coach Blankenship has to say about tonight's game, as he had a chance to talk Maroon Devil football with our Taylor Holt. Taylor, take it away.
This is Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. I'm here with head football coach Neil Blankenship. So this last Friday, we played against Union Academy. What can you tell us about that game?
Well, it was good to be at home in the first round of the playoffs. That's always big for us, playing at home. I thought our kids played extremely well. Our defense, the starters only gave up 4 yards total while they were in, and then by the time when we subbed everybody in, they still only had 70 yards of total offense. So I thought our defense played real well. We only went out to punt one time, so our offense moved the ball well the whole night. And I thought our team played together as a team all night. Special teams were big for us. So, it's good to have a good home playoff win, and to have a big win like that. Got us some other kids some playing time that we weren't expecting to get. So it was an exciting game for us.
Now, you mentioned other kids playing. Did you find more promise in them?
Well, there were some we did find some more promise in, and we're, have to use some of them this week. As you get later in the seasons, you get injuries and people can't play. So we're having to, move kids into spots that they weren't in earlier in, especially on special teams, and slides people in to kind of not let some people get as banged up as they have been. So, yeah, it was good to find some more people like that, and the more time they get, the better they get.
So this week we are in the second round of the playoffs, and we'll be going to Bessemer City to face the Yellow Jackets. So what can you tell us about them?
Well, this group of seniors, that's where they played their last game as sophomores. We lost to them their sophomore year, and, so they're familiar with the area and they're familiar with their team. So they at least got they know what they run and what they do, and they've got some bad taste in their mouth because they put them out as a sophomore team when they were sophomores. So, that's a good thing. We look back at film from that game, and turnovers cost us big. And when you get in the playoffs, you can't turn the ball over. Special teams are big, but turnovers kill you. So, we've got to do a better job of that. And, our team has got to play well on the road. And, and that's what we've been selling to them all week. We've got an opportunity to get a win and go on to the third round. And this group hasn't been to the third round. So that's what they're looking to do against Bessemer City, and excited about the opportunity.
Thank you, Coach, and good luck on Friday.
Thank you.
This has been Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. Be sure to stay tuned for everything maroon and white.
Thanks a lot, Taylor Holt and Coach Blankenship getting ready for tonight's ball game. As we mentioned, coming in, our Maroon Devils coming back to a place we were 2 years ago as Bessemer City won that one 26-21. And going to be interesting tonight. We were told, Coach, that they really don't line up and try to kick that extra point after they score touchdowns. They try to go for two, and I just hope we limit that opportunity for them tonight.
Yeah, and it's the same with their offense. They trust their running game second to none. They would 10 times we're going to see them run it before they throw that thing out here tonight. I'm anticipating from what I understand about them. Now, I've not had the opportunity to watch them a lot on film, but, you and I were talking before the broadcast that sometimes the odds are in your favor in particular games for going for two, and sometimes it can turn against you and beat you. You're going in a close ball game, you may win by one or lose by one, and it's just that's just the way it's going to be if you're going to depend on that 2-point conversion to win a football game for you.
Yeah, we were talking about flags. I was looking at the officiating crew out here tonight, and it is definitely a more local oriented officiating crew here at Bessemer City High School here tonight. So obviously not Smoky Mountain Conference officials we have here. So going to be interesting to see, and hopefully they'll call it straight up and do the right thing. And we'll see. Sometimes you just never know, and I know that can be frustrating as a coach when you see sometimes the officials going the other way.
Yeah, I talked to an official last week, a gentleman I've known for a while, and he was discussing the fact that it's getting harder and harder for them to find officials.
It is.
Number one, there's not a whole lot of young people getting into the whole thing, and so it takes, and some of the older guys, they're phasing out of this thing. They just can't do it anymore or don't want to do it anymore, and so it's getting harder and harder to find those kind of people that will come out here and do this, and they have to put up with a lot of stuff like me, coaches like me, but that's part of it.
It is.
They get they get paid. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
But they're walking around with a target on their back from fans and coaches, and everybody can second guess them. They don't have instant replay. I'm as hard on them as anybody, and I can't stand it when they start blowing stuff that is so obvious or they're just doing it wrong, And if you've been in the game any length of time at all, when they're doing it wrong, and so it kind of gets you upset.
Oh, no doubt about it. Fans, stay tuned. We've got kickoff coming up in about 8 or 9 minutes away, so stay with us as we'll be back in 2 minutes right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
This is Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. I've got some important information for you guys, so listen up. It is time to pre-order your very own DVD or Blu-ray box set of the 2019 Maroon Devil varsity football season. This action-packed set will include every regular season game, all postseason games, plus a specially edited game highlights program. You can choose either DVDs or Blu-ray discs for the same low price of just $30 per set. Go to www.maroondevils.com and click Store to place your order. Get all of the action and excitement of the 2019 varsity football season to enjoy in the comfort of your own home for years to come. So what are you waiting for? Go now. Go to www.maroondevils.com to get your own piece of Maroon Devil history. I'm Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you enjoy our videos, please hit the notification bell down below so you can get a notification every time that we upload a video.
Back live here on the Maroon Devils Network, getting ready for the Bessemer City Yellow Jackets. That's right. They wear, now green is one of their colors, but they are the Yellow Jackets. Of course, our Maroon Devils are going to be the visiting team here tonight. And, Coach, looking at the Max Preps rankings. Now, this is kind of one of those topics that people like to talk about at work and talk about around the water cooler, so to speak. But our Maroon Devils, the last Max Preps rankings that came out, our Maroon Devils were ranked number 10 in the state. Bessemer City down at number 20. They were 7-4. Our Maroon Devils 9-2. Now, Union Academy, the team that we beat last year, they were ranked number 33. Now, I don't know how much stock you put in that, but when you look at the top teams, hey, they're still playing.
Yeah, they are, and it has a whole lot to do with records to begin with and conferences. You know, I mean, if you step back and take a look, if you're a conference champion anywhere in this part of the state, all the way to the mountains, then you're going to be stepping up with that kind of record, even though maybe you have a loss that came from a 3A school or a good 2A school or whatever. But in most cases, if one-loss teams very, very rarely get ranked much higher than about 6th or 7th.
You're right. Talking about the top-ranked teams, now according to Max Preps, they actually have Robbinsville ranked number 1. Now the Associated Press, the sports writers, they actually had Tarboro ranked number 1. Now those are two top teams.
Yeah, and they are. And speaking with a gentleman from Tarboro, he was telling me, and you and I were discussing this, that their culture there, he was from there, and he knew our program and knew their program pretty well. And he still had a lot of friends down there and that he talked to regularly. Their culture, their football culture is a whole lot like a Smoky Mountain Conference team, a whole lot like ours. They don't depend on their athletes per se to win football games for them. They try to put together a team that can do multiple things and function as a team rather than just depending on speed or one or two players that just have that unbelievable ability to just take a game over. That's not what they're about. They're about team play.
Wow, and it's paid off. Tarboro has won the last 2 1AA state titles in a row. They won last year and the year before, and that says a lot when you can go through and win the whole thing. Of course, we were talking about Robbinsville. They're ranked number 1 by Max Preps. Murphy is ranked number 5. They get to play next Friday night over at Big Oaks.
Yeah, buddy. They get to shoot it out amongst themselves, but this has been coming, of course, and after the brackets were set up, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, I guess. I'm trying to create words like you did last week at the Western game. I'm going to remember that word you used, and I hope somebody's listening to this broadcast because you created a new word while you were doing that Western ball game last week, and I can't remember what it was. So that's the way my memory is. But I do believe
you have to make up words.
Yeah, you did. You created a whole new one. Anyway, I believe the state's kind of rubbing their hands together because they want those two teams to play each other as soon as possible, get them out of the way, and maybe see if somebody else can't win that thing.
Hey, well, I tell you what, I hope whoever wins that one next Friday goes all the way and wins another state title because our Smoky Mountain Conference has been well represented in state championships. We're going to kick off in just a minute. We've got, looks like they're going to be playing the national anthem here in just a moment. The cheerleaders are there. Both teams are now onto the field. And right now, I tell you what, let's break down the line for this 2-minute timeout, and then we'll come back here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. A very special week, National Education Week, across the country and, of course, around Swain County in western North Carolina. And we have a very special presentation about NEA right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Joe, take it away.
For National Education Week, on behalf of all the students of Swain County Schools, we would like to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Daddy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm Abby Cutler, and I'd like to say thank you.
And thank you. Welcome back on the Maroon Devils Network as we kick it off to the Yellow Jackets of Bessemer City. And they bring it out across the 25-yard line, Coach. We can see that quickness on the return. But, again, good coverage down there.
Great coverage. We smothered him just as we got to him. Everybody was in their lanes, converged right down on him, and then just squeezed it shut right there.
And that's the whole idea, is to try to limit the big plays. And sometimes those big plays come on special teams.
Yeah, that you hold your breath a lot of times, especially when the people got good returners and they do a good job of the kicking game. We're going to get to see now this offense with these two wings. They run with out of a pistol set with two wings right outside the tackles and backed up just a little bit, and a tailback behind the quarterback. And they start out with a sweep coming to our sidelines, and we do a good job of gang tackling them there for about a 2-yard gain, maybe a yard and a half.
And, again, they're going to be led here tonight, looks like, by Jameer Holmes, their quarterback. And, Coach, he's a big, tall kid, 6'3", 175-pounder, so he can obviously see over the line. But as you mentioned, I really think both teams rely on the run-first offense.
Yeah, they do, and this is a very traditional offense. They huddle up. They get to play from the sideline. They use two split receivers. They got those two wing backs there and that tailback. And this time the quarterback's going to go up underneath. Conventional, and they go in motion. It's an old military style of, if you ever saw Georgia Tech a few years back, it's exactly what it looked like. And we came up with the football there, but they're saying it wasn't a fumble. So we stopped him there real close to the line of scrimmage, and it's going to bring up about 3rd and 7.
Good tackle there by Ian Brooks, who's really played at a high level lately. So you're right, 3rd down and long now for the Yellow Jackets as we look for the sticks here over on the sideline. They've got to get it out to about the 37-yard line. So they're just across their 30. Yeah,
now they're going to go with twins to the wide side with a wing set on that side. And one split receiver into the boundary. Quarterback's in the pistol set again. He's going to throw short.
And there's a fake, and they get it out across the line of scrimmage, Coach. And, again, they made some of our guys miss, and they pick up a big play with 1st down. We had a couple of guys who had shots at him, but, again, he was just faking them out.
Yeah, that was a line of scrimmage throw. He took the ball and threw it straight out there to the inside receiver in the Twins, and he made 3 different people miss him getting upfield to pick up a 1st down and get the ball out close to midfield.
So that was a big play over there. One of those guys is Jalen Robinson, a 5'8" senior. And, again, this time they're going to line up the wing on the right side and the left side. Got that double wing set, got a man in motion.
That's 2 men
fumble
in motion.
On the snap.
Yeah.
Fumble on the snap, and let's see who came up with the football.
Yep.
Of course, our guys say
we
did.
Got it.
Our guys say we did. Let's see. The official agrees.
Yes.
And there's the first turnover, Coach.
Yep.
Last time we were here, the turnovers went their way. We get the first one tonight.
Yeah, quarterback went up under that time, and he didn't get a clean snap. The fullback was moving as the motion wingback was moving. That should have been a penalty there. And there again, nobody made the call. The officials didn't make the call, so I'm not real sure who missed it. But there was two men in motion. But we got the turnover.
Let's see if our Maroon Devils can take advantage of the first big turnover inside Yellow Jacket territory. They're right at the 45-yard line of Bessemer City. Tight end flips over to the right side.
Yeah, traded the tight end over. We got a flanker and a split end. We're running out of split backs. Run the veer. First play to Ian Brooks, it looks like, and he pounds that thing out for about 8 yards.
Good play over there. He's in the backfield right now for the Maroon Devils. Also back there with him looks like is going to be Colby Taylor, one of our starting running backs, and so we got some horsepower in there.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can make it work here.
Yeah, that looked like an outside veer play because they're playing with a 4-man front and basically 2 inside linebackers and 2 outside linebackers, making it pretty much a 44 look.
Damien under center turns and hands off, and boy, just got the ball in the belly over there of our running back coming around that right side. I couldn't tell if that was Ian or again if that was Colby Taylor, but got it done.
Yeah, just barely, and they stunted that time by bringing a linebacker to the line of scrimmage and blitzing him through B gap. We didn't get a good block on him, and he hit us on the hookup, and a lot of times that'll cause a fumble.
First down and 10.
Looks like they may be doing it again. Yep, they bring him over the top, but
jet
throw the ball out here.
Side. Nice bubble screen, rather.
Yes, it was. Just like they threw a minute ago into the twin side, and we pick up a first down to about the 20-yard line.
Outstanding work over here by Donovan Groenwald.
Oh, yeah.
And that bubble screen worked well.
Yeah, he was right in, caught the ball, made one move, and made one of theirs miss, and got the ball straight upfield, got what he could.
Down inside, we're just shy of the 20-yard line now. First down and 10, 8:40 to play. Lining up wide right, we're going to have Connor Hyatt and
twins
Donovan.
Again. Yeah, twins to the wide side. Tight end here. We may be running the veer to this side now just to see. Nope, back to that side, and Damien keeps it. Yes.
Big hole right up the gut.
Yeah, there's that follow play where we just use that fullback as running an isolation. Damien fakes it to him, but his track is straight to that linebacker, and Damien just follows him up into the hole right there, turning it into pretty much a quarterback isolation. A great play out of the veer look.
Now it's going to be first down and goal for the Maroon Devils as he got down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line, looks like. 8 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Maroon Devils in the red zone, knocking on the door here. Split backs behind Damien. And again, twins on the right side as we try to get the early score here at Bessemer City in round 2 of the state 1AA playoffs. This time we hand off and go right up the gut, Coach, but they had that A-gap plugged pretty good.
Yeah, we were trying that freeze option right through A-gap, like you said. Quarterback almost steps back away from that side and gives the ball to the back as he coming in at a 45-degree angle, and they met us right there.
Got Thomas Allen, extra tight end, so we got tight ends on each side. And again, split backs right behind Damien, who's under center now. 7:28 to go, first quarter, no score. But we are threatening. Damien keeps it, turns back the other way, now finds a hole and jumps through it. And the Maroon Devils are on the scoreboard. And, Coach, he went right, nothing there, but came back.
He got hit again. They blitzed that linebacker. They're playing without a free safety. They're manned up out there on our wide receiver and our 2 tight ends. And they blitzed 2 linebackers. They met us at the line of scrimmage. Damien saw it, pulled the ball, went back out the back door, and they couldn't find him. And he shot right into the end zone.
That was just a heads-up play. And that's what experience of Damian Lossy could do.
That's all Damien right there. I mean, we've talked about that before. He's been there enough and seen it enough now. And we missed extra point.
Oh, boy,
wide left. Yep. And with them going for 2, we just hope they don't get a chance to score and go for 2.
Hey, you said it. Fans, stay tuned. 6-0. Our Maroon Devils on the scoreboard first. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. I've got some important information for you guys, so listen up. It is time to pre-order your very own DVD or Blu-ray box set of the 2019 Maroon Devil varsity football season. This action-packed set will include every regular season game, all postseason games, plus a specially edited game highlights program. You can choose either DVDs or Blu-ray discs for the same low price of just $30 per set. Go to www.maroondevils.com and click Store to place your order. Get all of the action and excitement of the 2019 varsity football season to enjoy in the comfort of your own home for years to come. So what are you waiting for? Go now. Go to www.maroondevils.com to get your own piece of Maroon Devil history.
Fans, welcome back. Aiden Pond on the kickoff, and they have trouble getting a handle on it. Finally picking it up down there is going to be Elijah Hill, and he is just swarmed, if I can use that term.
That's exactly what it was. There was a swarm of maroon helmets and white jerseys, hit him about the 10-yard line and rolled him up. I mean, there was 5 or 6 of them. That's what you want to see. And the tempo was real good. We got down the field. It was mishandled, and he tried to get back to midfield with it to make something happen, and he got hammered.
He did. Brent Jackson was down there. Andrew Chavez down there. 30 and 60, a couple of those guys. But you're right, about 5 guys. And again, I hate to say swarm since we're playing the Yellow Jackets, but hey, I guess we can sting too if we need to.
Sometimes they get swarmed too. Yeah,
that's right. So now it's going to be up a first down and 10. Yeah. This time the Yellow Jackets just out across, looks like out across the 15-yard line.
Yeah, I got that same twin set where they threw that bubble screen. Now they're going to run a lead. He cuts it back and runs.
Breaks
man.
Tackles.
Yeah, 4 of us missed him, but we still end up tackling him at or around the line of scrimmage. He may have picked up a couple of yards, but he almost pulled a Damien right there where he started one way and decided it wasn't there, and he stuck his foot in the ground, came out the back door, and we started bouncing off of him.
I tell you, they're making us miss. Yeah. And again, some physical running and some shifty running. And when you combine those two, Coach, that's a linebacker's nightmare.
Oh, yeah, and he's a good running back. I mean, they didn't get the wins they got without him doing his thing back there. And so it's interesting to watch him run because he realized right away there wasn't anything there, and he tried to make something happen.
Got a man in
motion. Here he comes again.
And they give it to him again, and he runs over the B-gap. And that's Jarkevius Love, and he's a senior running back, and he's had a good season. And, boy, if you remember anything about mountain football, Tommy Love, there's a name you'll never forget.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they ran a short trap that time, trying to trap the first down lineman past the football, and he snuck in there behind him, and linebacker met him but didn't get him rolled up till after he'd picked up a couple more yards. But it still brings up about 3rd and 4.
Yeah, 3rd down and 4 at there, 26. They got to get it out across. Now let's see, got a whistle on the play, and it looks like somebody is going to be Bessemer City calling a timeout here, Coach. They want to make sure they're on the right page on this 3rd down.
Yeah, and they were talking to the official out there for some reason. The head official, their kids were about something, and one of their kids kindly squatted down, and then they called a timeout. I don't know whether he was injured or he was needing to tell the official he was injured. Anyway, they were having a conversation, but then they called timeout.
They've got some good size in there. Talking about Bessemer City, Justin Carver, number 76, 6'2", 260. Also Samuel Jones, 6'2", 230. Got KJ Ponder, a 5'11", 245-pounder. Their biggest kid is a senior, number 57, Darius Boyd, 6 foot, 305. But again, that's, Coach, it's hard to believe, but that's almost the norm because our linemen are big and strong as well.
Yeah, you look at them and, it's changing. The game has changed, and nowadays you can find some of these bigger kids that want to come out there and play, and they get themselves in shape, and they make it through the season, and they get better and better the longer they're out there.
And again, one of those is Rock Hewitt, who is 5'9", and goes about 260. 6 minutes to play, first quarter. They're going to go for it.
Yeah, here they're doing something just a little different here. They're taking the snap from the guard position and trying to get a sweep headed that way. And Coach Blankenship
didn't work.
Had a good plan for it right there. They're not worried about where they're snapping that football from. It's a little different. They put both tackles on one side of the football and a guard, and they just try to make it an unbalanced line and use that wing back as an extra blocker over there on that side, and we stuffed it.
Good job by Jake Langston and Connor McCoy, 47 and 67. And they're going to have to punt for the first time tonight. Another Love coming in, Elijah Love, a 6'4" punter. And back deep, our Maroon Devils getting ready to return out here about midfield. And returning is going to be Gage Jones. and they punt it short.
Yeah,
not a good punt.
I was watching him before the game kind of punting. It's a hit or miss thing. He either hits a giant one or he shanks it, and they're having a little trouble with their long snapper, I noticed during warm-ups. There was a few of those balls sailed over his head, a few of them bounced. That one was a little tall, but he was able to pull it down and get the punt off. But now we get the ball back, and we got to see if we can put together the same type of drive we just had.
And we get the ball in really, really good field position here. Looks like they're going to spot it at about the, I'm guessing, about the 32, 33-yard line here. First down and 10, Maroon Devils, tight end in motion, lines up strong on the right side. Split backs again behind Damian. Now we got a whistle. I didn't see a flag unless the line judge over there threw one down. Yep, he did, offside against the defense.
Okay. Yep, I didn't see where they lined up. Couldn't tell, but I didn't see the flag go up in the air, but we're at a level right here where you can't hardly see all the way across the field like you want to. It's not very tall, but we still got a better vantage point than most people. Yeah.
That's it. And again, their press box is small. They don't have a lot of room, so we're actually over here in our visitor stands with all our Maroon Devil fans.
I know one thing. It's better than that grassy knoll right down there where we stood the last time we were here. I did feel like a sniper down there.
Amen, brother. You said it. First down and 5. Damian back to throw. Looking down the left side.
He's got Connor wide open.
Oh, and he's
touchdown.
Touchdown, Maroon Devils.
I mean, one play, one shot.
How about that?
Damian dropped straight back. Connor ran right by that man coverage. They had no free safety center field help, and Connor blew right by him.
Wow. And that's,
wow.
You know, Coach, he just got that corner.
We got to go for 2 here.
In a bad spot. That corner was at the wrong angle.
I think I didn't see prior to it, but I think he slowed down to act as if he wasn't going to get the ball in, and he turned the burners on and blew right by that corner. And just absolutely smoked him into the end zone.
Boy, beautiful pass.
Damian put it right on the money. He didn't even have to reach for it. It hit him right in the hands.
Outstanding job. Damian to Connor, 12-0 lead. We're 5 minutes still to play. We're going to go for 2 here in the first quarter. Damian under center, split backs again, wants to throw, rolling right, fires. Oh, just let his man a little too much on that right side.
I don't know if it would have been counted complete or not, because he really stretched him into that into the side of the end zone there, and he might have his feet still in. I don't know, but it'd been close.
It was close. Fans, stay tuned. Back in 1 minute here on the Maroon Devils Network. Our Maroon Devils up 12-0 here as we kick it back, and this time they're going to take it on the dead run. That's Elijah Hill. He reverses field, cuts it around the left side, looking for some room over there, but we have good pursuit, even though they're going to get it in pretty good field position on a short kick. We still had good coverage.
Yeah, every time they've tried to get that ball back to their sidelines now, I'm almost positive. I'm not sure, but I was in this game for a long time. They have a return that mostly goes to their sidelines like Murphy does. And Coach Blankenship and his staff has seen that. They're kicking the ball to our sidelines, making them try to run that ball all the way across the field. That means he's got to pass in front of 10 players to get to that other side. So, and he's not made it so far. So that's a good plan.
Good coverage by our Maroon Devils. We lead 12-0. We've missed 2 conversions. This time they're going to throw it out here. They got it,
baby. Yeah,
and there's a good tackle over on the sideline.
That's Connor.
I tell you, he stepped up big time tonight.
He's showing out right now. They tried to throw that bubble, one step wider, that bubble screen, to the outside receiver. Connor stuck his foot in the ground and came back like he was shot out of a cannon. And just as that ball touched that player's hands, he nailed him and put him on his back right there.
I tell you, Connor has deceptive speed.
Yeah.
He's quick.
Yeah, and Bessemer City's already made a liar out of me because they've thrown the ball more right here than what I understood. They threw it in 4 or 5 games. So
yeah, they're trying to fool us, aren't they?
Yeah, they're trying to do something a little different. He's going to do it again.
Yep, they throw it to the other side, incomplete. And we were all over it.
Yeah,
good coverage over there by Thomas Allen.
He got hit just as soon as the ball touched his hands, and if it had been a little further back, that would have been a fumble, basically.
Yeah, I'll tell you another step or two, it might have been a pick six.
Yeah, they're trying to get that ball. They're trying to get these speedsters out there in the grass to the wide side of the field in one-on-one situations because they had some success with it that first drive, and they just keep coming back to it. So it's just like a short running play to them. They've not thrown the ball upfield yet, but I'm sure they've got that somewhere in their package, and that may be what's coming a little bit later.
Oh, no doubt. Now lining up again, Jameer Holmes, their 6'3" quarterback, under center this time. One back behind him. He turns and pitches it. They run it to the left side, and there's great coverage again. He has nowhere to go. Our entire defensive line, Nick Millsaps is in there, among others. I mean, everybody was there.
There was 8 maroon helmets getting up off the ground off the top of him. He was trying to spin and cut back and do all sorts of things, but, boy, once they got there, they tagged him up good.
Good coverage over to Cody Long, Chase Hughes, Charlie Lambert, Nick Millsaps, Ian Brooks. There are a lot of bodies over there.
4th down again. They're not close to midfield, but that doesn't mean they wouldn't try something a little snaky right here with the way they've got this thing lined up. They've got wing backs. They got an up back. Snap.
High snap. Yep. They kick it high, not real deep, but a lot of hang time, so there's going to be no return.
We're going to get out of the way and let the ball bounce back to midfield.
All right, good situation there. So right now the punting game that we're seeing from Bessemer City is a problem for them.
It's the time of year, the kicking game and turnovers and penalties like we were talking about earlier. I'm telling you what, the kicking game can field position right now is killing them. They've not this. They haven't crossed the 50 with it. They almost did earlier. But and here we are. We're getting the ball midfield, and we've got the short field driving now.
Yeah, two times, once on a turnover, one on a short punt. We've had it in their territory, and right here we're at the 48-yard line already.
Yeah, they've decided to play with the free safety now, and they've gone to a 3-man front. Here comes that linebacker.
Oh, we fumbled a snap.
Yeah, we did it. They backed that one player off.
And did they get it? They haven't signaled yet. I think we held on to it. I think Damian jumped on it.
The official saying 2nd down.
Yeah.
So that's the way it's going to go. That was close. We don't need that.
No, we saw that from them.
Yeah.
And this is something, again, as you mentioned, Coach, it killed us last time.
Yeah.
Turnovers in that game 2 years ago here.
Yeah, looks like they're going to try to stay maybe with that 3-man front so they can blitz the player who's normally a defensive end. Yeah, there he is again. They're going to be bringing him again. He's coming from the backside. I believe he's number 1. Yeah, here he comes again.
Single coverage on the left.
Up. Yep, there he is.
And we're going to run to the right.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, they met us at the line of scrimmage. We got a couple of yards, but, boy, that tackle hurt.
Yeah, that's the other linebacker coming over the top and just really putting a pounding on us right there at the line of scrimmage. So it brings up 3rd down for us, 3rd down and a long 6.
So now Colby Taylor in the backfield for the Maroon Devils, along, of course, with Ian Brooks and Damian Lossey. We haven't seen any sign tonight of Bryce Singh.
Here we go with our twins out here to the wide side of the field.
And the shotgun.
Shotgun set.
Damian looking. Damian got a man open down here on the left side. Ball hangs up on him, and it's going to be knocked away. Mm-hmm. Almost picked off, but again, double coverage back on Groenwald. And again, I think that ball slipped coming out of his hand.
Yeah, it didn't come out clean, and he was sprinting to his left there, and he's right-handed. And sometimes he has a little trouble with that ball coming out of his hands when he sprints that way. He didn't have much trouble when he goes to his right, but he does have a little trouble to his left. But now puts us in a 4th and long situation at midfield, and we're going to punt it back to him.
So now Tyler Chambers dropping back deep for Bessemer City. Also back there with him is going to be Tyler Martin. Wow, both Tyler's back there. This time it's going to be Chambers. He's the only deep man as the other Tyler comes up on the line of scrimmage. Gosh. High snap over Damian's head. He picks up the football, and he has to run with it, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. So, Coach, that it's not quite a turnover, but it's close as we get it back to midfield.
Yeah, it's just like it. It's because, and there again, it's a kicking game, and the combination of the two, that kind of thing bites you, boy. So they've got the ball now at midfield. They've got the advantage of field position now. So it's Big Mo. He just changed his shirt again one more time.
That's
got 2 minutes left to go in the quarter, and we're up 12-0. But we've got to make sure we shut them down right here. and see what can happen.
They're going to take it at our 47-yard line, their first venture into Maroon Devil territory here tonight with 2 minutes to play in the first quarter. We lead 12-zip. And one thing about it, Coach, we haven't punted a lot this year, so, that's one of those things that we just haven't done a whole lot of.
Yeah, they run a little midline right there, giving us an option look out of that double wing set. And
no room.
Nope, no room. He picked up about 5.
He did. He got some good work there.
Yeah.
We had one gap covered, but he went the other way and got some positive yards. And now the looks like somebody's got an official timeout on the field for something out there. One of the guys getting up real slow for Bessemer City. That's going to be one of their linemen, Justin Carver, a big 6'2", 260-pounder. He's going to have to leave the game for at least a play. He was shaken up over there.
Yeah, he was the player, I think, earlier on in the quarter was talking to the official about something that was going on with him, and he kind of knelt down out there, but they ended up calling a timeout. So it's the same player, and they're going to bring in somebody else for him right here. So bring 2nd and 5 up.
Yeah, coming in right now is going to be 54. That's going to be Rock Hewitt. He's a 5'9", goes about 260. They don't list any weight, but he's a big boy in there.
Yeah.
For the Yellow Jackets, 1:39 to play, first quarter, clock running. They're looking at a 2nd down and about 5 from the 43, about 40, almost 44-yard line of Maroon Devil territory. Toss sweep to the right side, and here he comes.
Yep.
Their speed guy, but we handle him very well after a short gain of a yard or two. Good tackle in there by Jake Langston.
And did you notice none of us crossed the line of scrimmage? That's the secret to that right there. But let him come on to you. You're buying time. That time, Ian Brooks came to the line of scrimmage, took the blocker on, and did not attempt to take a shot at him, and just because Langston was coming from inside out, and he came right through the alley and popped him then.
Good play. So we'll say they gained a couple of yards. We're going to call it 3rd down at about 3. They're at our 41. Got to get inside the 38-yard line for a first down as they have people moving around. One man wide right, double wing, one back behind the quarterback under center. He turns and hands off.
Midline again.
Oh, there's just no
Brings
hole there.
Brings up 4th down, yeah. Yeah, and this may be a situation where the ball is, they're going to try to go for this, and we'll see right here. It doesn't look like it's they're making a whole lot of changes out there to
They bring the big lineman back in.
Yeah, the big lineman comes back in, but I don't see no, they're going to go for this one. They're in a situation right here with 2 yards to go on our 40-yard line to try to pick this first down up. They got a lot of wide side of the field over. The ball's on the hash over here on our boundary, and they're going to put twins, maybe even trips into the sidelines over. And now it looks like he may be going to wait for the end of the quarter.
Yep.
And then think this thing over right here about what they're going to run. So
fans, stay tuned. 1 quarter gone. Our Maroon Devils up 12-0 over Bessemer City. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Maroon Devils Network.
This is Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. I've got some important information for you guys, so listen up. It is time to pre-order your very own DVD or Blu-ray box set of the 2019 Maroon Devil varsity football season. This action-packed set will include every regular season game, all postseason games, plus a specially edited game highlights program. You can choose either DVDs or Blu-ray discs for the same low price of just $30 per set. Go to www.maroondevils.com and click Store to place your order. Get all of the action and excitement of the 2019 varsity football season to enjoy in the comfort of your own home for years to come. So what are you waiting for? Go now. Go to www.maroondevils.com to get your own piece of Maroon Devil history.
Fans, here we go. 4th down now. The Yellow Jackets need a couple. They hand off to the right side.
He's stuffed. I don't think he got it. I don't think he got it, Gary. He's going to be short.
Great work up front.
To this head linesman over here. He's going to be short, and
they'll
give us the football.
Another good stop in there. Connor McCoy in there along with Chase Hughes. And our defensive line holding their own really well. And that should be first down Maroon Devils.
No, they're giving them the first down.
Oh, boy, that's a bad spot.
There's no way he picked up 2 yards.
Yeah, that's a bad spot.
How in the world? Why were they spotting it over there on the sidelines? They tackled him right here in the middle of the field.
Absolutely. That doesn't make sense to me.
Why was the ball being spotted on their sidelines?
I mean, this line judge over here.
We tackled him in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
the headlinemen had the spot going in here, and they somehow threw the ball over there to the official on their sidelines, and he spotted it.
And they got another yard. I mean,
yeah,
say
at
that,
least another yard.
Yeah. So now the quarterback wants to throw on first down, looking to the left side. Going to be up for grabs. Oh. Good coverage over there by Lucas Brown, hanging in there with his guy. Yeah. And their receiver over there, Jarkevius Love, wanted a flag, but that was just good coverage.
Yeah, Jarkevius, he was really concerned about the hand play right there, but he was doing it just as much as the DBs was. So he was running wide open there for a split second, and then we came out of our zone coverage and jumped him.
One score we want to pass on. Mitchell leading Polk County 7-0 in the second quarter. Of course, the winner of this game plays the winner of that game. Also, Elkin leading Andrews 21-0 in the second quarter. Last night, Murphy and Robbinsville both won. They play next Friday at Robbinsville. Quarterback back to throw. Fires! Off the hand. Boy, getting a big paw, and it was Ian Brooks. He knocked that up in the air and almost had it coming back down.
Almost came right back down to him, and he's a catcher in baseball, and that looked like a little pop foul, and he just about had it right there. He almost pulled that thing in, but he was sitting dead in that throwing lane.
He was, and that was a low throw.
Yeah, and these guys have thrown the ball now more than they've probably thrown it all year.
And they may be seeing something, Coach, that, hey, we're not getting much between the tackles.
Yeah.
So we'll see if they stay with that game plan. They line them up again with a double wing set, a wing on each side, one back right behind the quarterback who's under center.
Yeah, Coach Blankenship goes right to the 3 front, and bam!
There it goes.
There we go. That's the way it looks when a linebacker comes from that second level and hits you right in the face at the line of scrimmage. And
Chase Hughes and Charlie Lambert again.
Charlie absolutely knocked him out of his shoes right there at the line, on the line of scrimmage. And it brings up 4th down.
And, you know, Coach, running backs after a while, they don't like that.
No, not getting hit like that. Just he was straight up and down, and Charlie hit him right up under his chin and lifted him.
Back deep to return is going to be Gage Jones. Punting now is going to be Elijah Love. He's punting right on their big logo at the middle of the line, and we got a lot of guys coming after him. Oh, we don't get it. Going to be a line drive punt. It was tipped. The official said we got a hand on it. No return down inside the 10-yard line, but, boy, we almost blocked that one, Coach.
Yeah, we just about got a hand on it, and he hit a low line drive punt, and you really couldn't handle it. We couldn't do anything with it. And if we tried to pick it up as fast as they got down there, something bad could have happened. So we end up with the ball in down around the 10-yard line from what I can see up here.
That's it. Looks about the 10-yard line. We're 10:35 to play in the first half. Our Maroon Devils so far have been controlling this football game. Let's see if we can get one of those traditional time-consuming, ground-eating drives going here on this possession.
Yeah, that's what we need right here is to hang on to this football.
That's it. And we do.
Fair play, and he's still up. The whistle hadn't blown yet.
Finally, late whistle blows. Boy, I tell you, those guys are fighting for every yard. Good work in the backfield.
Yeah, he spun around and never did hit the ground. He was kind of sitting down on top of the defender and continued to picked up part of another yard.
So good work in the backfield again. Damian Lassie, our quarterback tonight, in the backfield. We've got Ian Brooks back there. Again, Bryce saying not playing tonight. They're trying to hopefully get him well for more football down the road, we hope. And in the backfield along with Ian Brooks is 34, Colby Taylor, who's come on to play some good football as well this year for the Maroon Devils. And this time we're trying to run right up the gut. And this time Damian makes a good call, and he is very close to a first down.
Again, it was that follow look, and he just they're going after that lead back just as hard and fast as they can. We're blocking it one-on-one. This is just base blocking. It's not even veer blocking. And that linebacker is seeing that back diving right in his face, and he tries to take that back on, and Damian's right behind the back with the football.
So right now, Bessemer City
There's
using
that 3 front again, and here comes that number 1 linebacker. He's going to be trying to blitz again. Here he comes off the edge.
Oh, boy, they stuff it this time right up the A-gap.
Yeah.
And this time on the carry is going to be Colby Taylor, and just not much room to run through. One of their big guys in there plugs a hole pretty well, and that's Justin Carver, big 76, who's 6'2", 260 pounds. And they like that 3-man front, as we mentioned, Coach, kind of like we like to do.
Oh, yeah, they started with the 4, and now they've gone to this 3 because it turns this number 1. He's an athlete. He's a good-looking player. It puts him back there in a linebacker position, and they blitz him every down. He's going somewhere every down. He doesn't stay put and read like the other 2 do.
And this
and
time,
there he comes again.
There he comes again, but this
he
time
ran right by him. We ran right slap by. He ducked his head, and he literally rubbed shoulders with our running back. And we're still running. I don't know why they're blowing the whistle. Damien was still on his feet, making forward progress. They blew him dead 5 yards short of where he ended up.
Yep, and he had a first down and then some.
And then some, but I still don't know why they blew the whistle. He was still moving forward.
That's it.
The whole time.
And talking about number 1, that's Justice Cooper, 5'11", 170-pound sophomore, who likes to play that middle linebacker spot, but he does. He's not afraid to stick his hat in there, is he?
No, he's not. And it was an excellent play. Damien never went down. He was hanging on that football with both hands.
Again, he's
now
right.
They go back to the forefront this time. Run right by him
into
again.
the secondary. Colby Taylor out across midfield. Huge run. They finally caught him as Jalen Robinson, their corner, ran him down.
Yeah, when your secondary is having to make a tackle on the dive back versus the veer dive, outside veer dive, and somebody out of the secondary has to make that tackcle, you're making forward progress. You're really punishing them.
And I'll tell you, our offensive line, we're getting it done. Those guys up front, Connor McCoy, Charlie Lambert, Chase Hughes, Cody Long.
Yeah, back to
Jake
the 3
Langston.
front so they can blitz again. They feel like they have to do that. We ran right by him again.
Yep, same play.
Pick up about 6 more yards. Yeah, same. Still running the outside veer to the same side.
One thing about, and we've seen it from both teams somewhat, Coach, these running backs just don't want to quit. They're really staying on their feet.
Staying on their feet real well. And this blitzing thing that the Bessemer City's doing, it's feast or famine with it, and what happens is a lot of times they either hit us at the line of scrimmage or it's like 2 trains passing in the night. They blow right by us. We're already to and past the line of scrimmage before they even see the football.
Second down. Now we need about 3.5. Damien under center as he's going to run to the left side, and he should have the first down as he's down near the 35-yard line.
Picked up the first down, plus about 3 or 4 more. This was the veer, inside veer look, and it looked as though Damien, he had already been told or he realized he was going to keep the thing the whole way. He did a short fake and blew around that corner and picked up that first down.
I tell you, making some good decisions here. Now at the Bessemer City 35-yard line, 7 minutes to play in the second quarter as we lead 12-zip. Connor coming way over here to the right side.
Yeah, and they immediately go back to that 3-man wolf front so they can blitz these linebackers. This time they're going to bring the middle backer, which was different, and we almost broke that one for another big one.
Yeah, somebody got the foot over there of Carson Taylor.
Yeah, that time it was Ian
Brooks.
And they just hooked his foot right at the line of scrimmage, or he was off to the races.
He was.
He's upset with himself, too. He realizes, buddy, he didn't see anything but brown grass out there in front of him.
And sometimes that's all it takes is somebody getting one hand on your foot to just trip you up.
That's what it was. He had a good forward body lean. He was really hitting that thing quick and hard and fast and rolling his shoulders over, and he just leaned out and got his foot caught.
Again, single coverage over here on Connor Hyatt. Split backs again behind Damien. Strong side right. This time we throw it out here to Connor, and this time they converge pretty quickly. But again, a good gain for a first down.
Yeah, it's going to be close to the first down right here, and I'm not sure from this angle, but Connor had 2 of them bearing down on him, and he ran right between them, rolled his shoulders over, picked up every inch he could. It's going to bring up third and about 2 now.
Going to need a couple here. 5:43 to play in the second quarter. And, Coach, just what we were thinking, a good time-consuming drive here for the Maroon Devils.
Man, eat that clock up. You gotta stand for something out there, and right now we're standing for hanging on to this football, moving it down the field as best we can. There goes
Damien
for the first down. Yes, sir. And he bounced. There's just a flag. He's a little upset with the defender is. He come up and punched one of our kids right in the back. And,
late hit.
Yeah, and that may be the end of his night. We'll see right here what the official says if he ejects him. Right now he's fighting one of his teammates, number 1, the linebacker, and the running back as he goes off the field. And Coach wisely takes him out. And
that's their big guy. That's Justin Carver, big 76.
Yeah, he's a big dude, but he was unhappy either about being blocked or the fact that Damien ran over him. I'm not sure which, but he decided to punch down on Damien right there, and then that
was obvious.
Then he had something to say to Ian Brooks. So I'm not sure whether Ian got his attention or Damien did, but one of them did, and he's on the sidelines now.
Yeah, he's over there on the sidelines, and it's a big first down for the Maroon Devils down near the 10-yard line. And let's see what we can come up here.
We drew them off.
Oh, man, so now that's going to be half the distance at least.
Yeah.
So they're going to move it
Damian Long counted them right there, and they jumped over their defensive tackle who was slanting. He was so anxious to get down that line of scrimmage that he took off before the ball snapped.
Now it's going to bring up first down and goal as we're inside the 10.
Yeah, they're going to bring all three of them backers this time. They've gone strictly to that wolf front, that three-man front, and playing three linebackers in behind those three defensive linemen and bringing them every down.
They're trying to plug every gap, aren't they?
Here they come again.
Left side, this time on the carry, it's going to be Colby Taylor. Got a couple of yards, and anytime you can get a couple of yards down inside the 10, you're making progress.
Yeah, and it's second down now, and we can actually get another first down. We'd like to punch this one on in, but according to the sticks down here, we could actually get another first down. I thought it was going to be
I thought it was
in goal. I thought we had to get it in from the 10, but I like this, though. We could still get a first down if we don't punch it all the way in.
Yeah, right inside the 1 yard line.
Yeah.
And again, from the angle, it's hard for us to see exactly where they spot the football as Damien is under center. Connor Hyatt wide to the left side, and here we go just straight ahead. Power football behind the offensive line. Our guys think we got a touchdown. The officials don't agree yet.
No, Damien is a quarterback sneak. We wedge blocked it off the right guard. All those shoulder pads and helmets went down in there together, and Damien got right behind that right guard and then went up in there as far as he could.
And that's a first down.
But it's a first down inside the 1 yard line. So we got 4 downs. Just hang on to the football right here. Take our time. We're closing in on 3 minutes left to go in the half. We get this one in, and we may start seeing them get desperate. The Yellow Jackets start getting a little bit desperate.
3:40
Here they
to
come.
play.
They're bringing everybody.
Everybody up on the line
secondary
of scrimmage.
players, and we punch it right.
Oh, got a penalty flag. Did they jump or did we move? That's going to be the question from the line judge over here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he saw. He's saying it's us.
Yep,
he's pointing at us.
Yep, false start going to move us back 5, so now it'll bring up second and goal from the 6.
I didn't see any movement, but he's saying it is, so now we got 6 to go. We had punched that one in. Right there, but now it's...
Coach Blankenship questioning that as well.
Yeah, he's out there wanting to know what in the world that dude saw, and I didn't see anybody move. I mean, I'm looking right at it, and you are too. Nobody moved. So I don't know what he saw.
So now let's see. Second down and goal from the 6. 3:21 to play. Still plenty of time here. Just got to keep our composure and get some good line blocking up front.
Yeah, we got to punch this one in for sure. I'm not trying to put a monkey on her back. Oh, there we go with the midline.
Oh, straight ahead. And, again, good running in there by Colby Taylor, who's 5'10", 190 pounds, and he's a hard running back.
Yeah, and they're getting a little chippy out there because that player got up off of him then and kind of smacking at the ball, trying to knock it out of his hands after he was already on the ground. So it's not getting any prettier out there. And as long as we're knocking them backwards, it won't get prettier for them.
Oh, no question about it. Right now, second down, and we still need looks like maybe 2 from the angle we're looking at here from the visitor side stands. Second and short. Damian under center. Hands off right
veer, and there
side.
Goes.
Wow, this time they give us a touchdown.
Yeah, we went in. Yeah, this time it was Ian Brooks. Ian, there's an outside veer. We blocked them down. The defensive end, big number 4, tried to take him on, and Ian bowled him over into the end zone.
So a big touchdown. It's an 18-0 lead. Our Maroon Devils, we've missed the first 2 conversions. Now we're going to try to kick one. Coming on is going to be Gavin Lanning. First one was wide left. Then the second time we went for 2 unsuccessfully. Let's see if we can knock this one in.
Yeah, we need this one bad.
That's it. Make it a 19-0 lead. The kick is up, has the leg, and it's going to be wide left again.
Yep, missed it to the left again. Looked just like his first one, so we got to get that squared away or we're going to have to start going for 2.
Hey, that's it. Fans, stay tuned. Back in 1 minute here on the Maroon Devils Network.
Kayla Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you enjoy our videos, please hit the notification bell down below so you can get a notification every time that we upload a video.
Fans, welcome back. We kick it off again to the Yellow Jackets, and they're going to drop it, pick it back up at the 10-yard line, run to the left side, trying to find somewhere to run. They reverse field, and it just blows up on them as Charlie Lambert is down there with great coverage. And, Coach, they've had some trouble tonight bringing back the kick.
Yeah, they tried to set up that wall return to their sidelines. He started that way, and he saw all those white shirts, and he decided he'd better bail and come to this side. And we hit him right as he turned upfield, right at the 20.
That's it. We got some friends listening in. Jeff, Daniel, Greg, and Mark listening down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Those guys getting ready for that game tomorrow, listening to our game tonight. And I think they're pulling for us to win so we can play again next Friday.
There you go. We all pulling for that.
That's it. So now Bessemer City, the Yellow Jackets in their green jerseys, kind of silvery white pants, almost a light gray pant. And green helmets against our Maroon Devils, and gray pants, white jerseys, maroon helmets. And here they go running to the right side, and we knock them back again. Yeah. There is just nowhere to go.
Yeah, we're ganging up on them right at the line of scrimmage. Good defensive line and linebacker play right now. Real good play. And then now they're going to get a timeout.
That might be their last one.
Maybe.
The scoreboard's saying they have one left. And they do have one left. One of those timeouts we saw earlier was probably an official timeout. So they call a time here with the Maroon Devils in front, 18-0, trying to move on. We play the winner of Mitchell and Polk County next Friday. Right now, Mitchell in the lead in that game in the second quarter, 14-0. If Mitchell wins, of course, we go to Mitchell. That's if you're wondering how far is that from Bryson City, it's 2 hours. From Bryson City to Mitchell, it's 116 miles. Now, if Polk County were to win and pull the upset, Polk would actually come to Swain County.
Yeah.
That'd be better.
That really would. We come out here with this win tonight, and that happens, and we get another home game. That's going to be a great advantage for us.
That'd be sweet. Now, earlier this year, Mitchell beat Polk County 36-0, but we understand a lot of Polk County folks were out injured in that game. One other score, Elkin leading Andrews 27-0. The Bucking Elks of Elkin, we're familiar with them too, Coach. We've butted heads with them a couple of times in the playoffs.
Yeah, I feel like I own property up there.
And they run to the right side this time, and they move the sticks a little bit. Going to bring up third down, though, and they're still going to need 7. 3rd and 7 coming up. Minute and a half left to play in the first half, and they only have one timeout.
Yeah, they're taking their sweet time, too, and I don't really know whether he's planning on a big play, but he's taking forever to get a play called over there, and he's still discussing it with his with the player coming on the field. So
yeah, that's their wide receiver, who's Jalen Robinson, and I'm sure they want to get something here because we actually get the football to start the third quarter.
Yeah, they kicked us at the beginning of the second half, so we'll see right here if he's got any plans of airing this thing out. But he's not in any type of formation that's any secret. He's actually bunched him up, got one split receiver, and he's just running it to the edge.
They tried to get it outside, and they have not been able to do that much tonight at all. No,
he looked like he may have been trying to even get out of bounds to stop the clock, which he did, but it didn't help their cause in. He's bringing up fourth down now, and it's 4th and about 4. So.
Yeah, they still have a ways to go, and I would think they're still going to go for it here, Coach. And now our Maroon Devils call a timeout.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's a good call by Coach Blankenship. Right now, before this last play, this may be where they want to just throw the thing up because it's got two choices. It don't hurt you if they get the first down.
Right.
There's no big plays right now, nothing huge, and you almost have to wait till they line up to really understand what they're going to try to do. Are they going to try to run everybody downfield and throw it up, or are they going to just try to pick up his first down and try to have about 20 seconds then to try to get the ball to midfield or whatever? But right now they're in a situation where Coach Blankenship has to make up his mind how he's going to defend them. And it looks like they may be getting ready to punt. This thing, they are. Yeah.
They're in punt formation. Yeah. Back to punt. It's going to be Elijah Love, who's a wide receiver. Back to return is going to be Gage Jones. Now we bring some of our regular linemen out as we have our punt return team on.
And you can see Coach Blankenship talking to the players nearest to him about a possible fake. But he's, we're backing them off. We're only rushing 4 or 5 up front there. Oh, boy.
Oh,
we blocked it.
Punt is blocked. It's going toward the end zone. We have a touchdown.
Touchdown, baby. Yes, sir.
Good
sir.
work. We almost blocked the last one. We blocked this one.
Yeah. We got it. I mean, he blocked that clean and then continued into the end zone and fell on the ball. What a great play.
Outstanding play. It looked like Cody Long, number 50.
It did. I wasn't for sure. But there again, turnovers in the kicking game.
Huge.
That's it.
And the kicking game has been really a plus for the Maroon Devils here tonight.
Yeah, their punt team was suspect from the get-go. They just weren't – that ball was not getting back there fast. That punter is having a hard time handling the ball. He was getting it off, but he was taking his time that time, and we just blocked the heck out of it.
Yeah, got in there on him in a hurry and had nowhere to go.
We just rushed 5 people.
But
there was a seam there, and we found it, and he jumped through there just like you said, just like he did earlier, and almost blocked it.
Now, so far tonight, we haven't been able to convert on a PAT. Coming on is Gavin Lanning.
We're going to try it again.
If we can get this straightened out. We've had 2 wide left.
Either that or we'll fake it. But no, we're going to try it. And looks like that one made it. Yeah, yes. That one made it.
Finally got one between the uprights with 38 seconds to play. 25-0. Our Maroon Devils in front here, Coach. And this has got to be a huge confidence builder for these Maroon Devils here with a huge lead in the first half. But, again, it's not something you can count on, but you got to feel good going into halftime.
Oh, yeah, you got to. You got to have something to hang your hat on. And, you know, the old adage that you stand for something or fall for everything. Well, these kids are standing up right now. They're believing in each other, and they've wiped out some of the bad things that's happened to them this season. They're overcoming injuries right now. Some of them are out there playing hurt and banged up. And right now it's feeling good to them. And momentum and confidence are huge in these playoffs. You've got to have them, and you've got to have something on your side that keeps pushing you.
And 2 of our injured players, our right tackle and defensive lineman Colby Kirkland, had shoulder surgery. Of course, our leading running back as far as yards go, Bryce Sane, not able to play tonight as well. So 2 really, really big players not able to play tonight, but guys are stepping up.
Oh, yeah, stepping up. And like I said earlier, Coach Blankenship and his staff, they've adapted, and they're overcoming. And that's what you do. You don't you have to change some things when you lose key people.
Short kick going to be taken by an up man. They're going to bring this one back from the 30, back out to the 35-40, and that's their best return tonight. But again, a very short kick here with 31 seconds to play, and they actually have 1 timeout left before halftime.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. They're out to the 40, to their own 40. We'll see if they try something here upfield in a hurry.
And you've got to think they got to go for broke here because they don't have a lot of time and 1 timeout left.
And Coach Blankenship bringing in a couple of quicker defensive linemen. Not as big as some of the rest of them we've got, but somebody that can do some running out there if we have to run somebody down. And
Gage Jones is kind of playing deep center field back there as he's kind of the last line of defense. Connor Hyatt also over here on one side.
Yeah, we're he and Grunwald are back playing double safeties right here right now. It's what we used to call the old kick coverage, and they start to sweep.
There they go. We've seen this a lot tonight.
As long as we keep him in bounds.
And he's their lead guy, Jarkevius Love.
Something happened.
We broke a tackle.
The ball popped out, and one of their players picked it up and picked up extra yardage.
Yeah, so it bounced forward.
Yeah, he picked up a first down.
So a big break over there for – now they're going to bring it back over here, Coach, if this is where they're going to spot it at the 44.
They're saying he was down right there, and that's the end of that'll be the end of the half. Yeah.
So both teams head for the locker room. And as you can hear around us, we're right in the middle of the Maroon Devil fans. Got to be pretty happy with what they're seeing on the field here at halftime. And good job by the defense keeping Bessemer City off the scoreboard. And I really think the big difference in this ballgame right now is the kicking game for both teams.
Oh, yeah, it is. And it boils down to that. You've got to know that when you come into this time of the year. And it's important all year long. But, our missed extra points, that could really hurt us in a close ball game.
Yeah.
But right now, their inability to punt the ball upfield and change field position is killing them. And right now, as I look at them walking off the field,
their heads are hanging.
It looks like some of them may be just about done. We'll know more in the third quarter, that's for sure.
Yeah, they leave the field, and there's some heads hanging for the Yellow Jackets here. We're going to send it back to the studio, and we'll be back for the second half kickoff. So rejoin us as we have a 25-0 lead right here on the Maroon Devils Network.
This is Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. Swain County Schools views athletic participation as an extension of the classroom, where valuable life lessons are taught and learned by student athletes. These lessons are best learned when respect is accorded to all participants: players, coaches, officials, administrators, and other fans. Profanity, sexist, racial, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at anyone in this contest venue will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Help us make the right call by exhibiting good sportsmanship throughout the event, regardless of personal feelings or loyalties during the contest. Sportsmanship. Together, we make the right call. I'm Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you enjoy our videos, please hit the notification bell down below so you can get a notification every time that we upload a video.
He kicks this one up, and this one is no good again.
Off to the left. He's getting around the ball. He was hitting it real good down here on this end, warming up for the second half. But
he's hooking it.
It just looks like he's wrapping his foot a little far around the ball. I learned that from the Zimmerman kickers that I had. They told me when they didn't hit it good, they knew exactly what they did wrong. But
wow, they were fantastic.
Yeah, they made me look good.
I tell you, quick passing stats in the first half. We didn't pass a lot. 3 of 4 for Damian Lossy, 27 yards but 1 touchdown. Their quarterback, Holmes, 2 of 5 for only 18 yards in the first half.
Yeah, that was beautiful what Damian just did right there. And it was all him again. I mean, he ran that play about 4 or 5 times tonight, and this time he realized that all he needed to do was get to that second level, and it was going to be on, and he outran their secondary.
So now it's going to be Maroon Devils kicking off to Bessemer City again. Some stats at halftime, Coach, and I'm not totally surprised, but maybe a little bit. Bessemer City ran the ball 16 times, but only 25 yards in the first half.
Yeah.
That's great defense.
That was, and they tried. I think we've seen the best they've got. I don't know. We'll see yet. But they've tried to run the sweeps to no avail. They've tried throwing the short ball and then picked up a few yards with it. And their power game in between the tackles is just not working.
Here they come on the return.
They go again across the field.
Elijah Hill around the left side. Again, he's trying to run to that side, but somebody got him by the back of the jersey, and he goes down inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, they're setting up a wall of players. They literally just file out and bend the blockers back on their sidelines, and we're kicking it to our sidelines, which makes them have to try to go all the way across the field with the ball. And when you're running across that many players' faces on the way, somebody's going to get you.
Well, it doesn't make sense when you're going east and west instead of north and south.
Yeah, Murphy used to do that a lot, and they started changing it up on us just so they could try to fool us. But they'd stay with it all year long so we would see it when it came time to play them. But they were real good at it.
Now, they had 25 yards in the first half. We had 103 yards on 21 carries. And here they come again, running between the tackles, and they go nowhere.
That is a veer. They tried to veer block it, option look, and he just stuck the ball in the belly, and he got hit right at the line of scrimmage. We're taking it away from him up there. I'm curious as to whether or not that quarterback is going to keep that ball and try to run on the edge. And if he does, it may be he may be able to do something. So far, he's not. He just handed it off every time. Now they're coming with their trip set to the wide side of the field where they can throw their bubble screen or an end cut.
So now in the shotgun, and we haven't seen this a whole lot. Most of the time, the quarterback has been under center. He's going to throw it down the right side. Looks, got a man right over the middle, and he's got him, a big quarterback to the big receiver. And we're talking about a 6'4 receiver from a 6'3 quarterback. And they're two of the tallest kids on the field, Coach, and that's a tough matchup.
Yeah, that was the end cut we were talking about. He released upfield about 10 yards and then cut into the middle of the field out about the 45-yard line and caught it, and we tackled him pretty quickly, but he was running wide open.
And that's their biggest offensive play of the night.
Yeah.
As they're out across their 40-yard line, getting up closer to the midfield stripe and the big green yellow jacket. Got a man in motion. And this time they are going to run it right up the gap again and just nowhere to go. And the whistles are blowing early. Those guys are still running hard. That's Jarkevius Love, their main back again. And the whistles are blowing while the guys are still trying to gain yards.
Yeah, that was a weak side veer to the wide side. And there again, the quarterback, he's deliberately handing it to him. It doesn't look like he's reading anything. So I don't know whether or not, I'm pretty sure it's a predetermined, but I don't know if they have a play where he's going to pull that thing and run with it. But he's going to go from the gun this time.
9:20 to play, third quarter. Maroon Devils in control right now, 31-0. And again, they're coming out with a different set offensively. They're going away from the double wings that we saw in the first half.
Yeah.
And they got a different look in the backfield in the pistol.
Going
back to throw again.
Single receiver side. And
knocked away into the receiver's hands. Wow, tipping the football over there was Gage Jones, but he tipped it right in to, again, Elijah Love, the 6'4 receiver, right in his hands.
Yeah, a defensive back, what he wants to do is at least, if you get a hand on the ball, is try to drive it towards the ground.
Right.
But this one tipped up in the air, and it went right into the same receiver's hands, and now that puts them down inside the 20.
So now they're
scoring position.
Best field position of the night with 8:50 to play. We're up 31-0, but they're in the red zone now, and we kind of helped them out. We should get an assist on that play, but Wow, just a tough break defensively.
Yeah, it was a single receiver side. He was the only one over here. We basically had him double covered, but we tipped the ball up in the air.
Elijah Love, their big receiver, who has now made 2 big catches, lines up right, and they run to the right side, but still not a whole lot of room for Love, but he still picks up about 3 or 4 on first down.
Yeah, there again, they looked like they more or less wedge blocked that, and that was more of an isolation look with a lead blocker, one of the backs that was playing wing back, diving up in there to try to isolate a linebacker, and they were able to knock us back and pick up positive yardage. And, that leaves them with about 2nd and 6.
2nd down and 6, 8 minutes to play, third quarter, 31-zip. Devils now is again, it's going to be Love lining up in the backfield. He's lining up in the pistol set right behind their big quarterback. He's a big, tall guy, 6'3", 175.
Yeah, they got trips into the boundary this time.
They're going to throw it looking that way all the way, and he zips it, and he's got it complete down on the sideline, and he's out of bounds down inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he's down about the 2-yard line. And so here they are knocking on the door, throwing the football, which is something I'm pretty sure that they're not real accustomed to. But
no, we saw in the first half, and it didn't work very well.
Yeah, and now they've decided they can do that. What they did for the first time is they put those trips into the boundary side and literally just ran zigzag routes, and that was more of a wheel route. It was the inside receiver coming out over the top of the other two as they ran post patterns. They're going to do it again.
Big Gavin King, their center, over the football, and here they go. This time the quarterback is going to be under center. And again, they're using some different sets. 2 backs in the backfield. One lining up directly behind the quarterback, one almost a wing on the left side.
Yeah, and got the other wing in there tight, but it still makes trips that way. And he's trying to get something straightened out, and his coach gets upset and calls a timeout because they were running out of time. They were running out of time to run the play.
Fans, stay tuned. We'll be back in 1 minute. Stay with us here on the Maroon Devils Network.
I'm Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you enjoy our videos, please hit the notification bell down below so you can get a notification every time that we upload a video.
Welcome back. 7:42 to play, third quarter. Quarterback under center. Again, the same set. This time they put a man in motion, and they're going to run it kind of a counter play up the middle, and in is going to be the first score of the night here for the Bessemer City Yellow Jackets. Coach, again, they made motion to the right, but they ran a counter and just up the gut for the touchdown.
Yeah, he spun around this time instead of opening up to hand it to the running back, and that gave the running back a little better angle at running that ball tight and inside, and that looked, again, just like wedge blocking. There was no trap to it. There wasn't any down blocks like a veer block. They literally just put their shoulders together and their helmets and drove us back.
And they're going to line up and go for 2, as they do all the time. They don't kick the PAT. Jarkevius Love going to be the deep man behind the quarterback, and they're going to fake to him and want to throw right side. It's going to be picked off, and our Maroon Devils, we can't return it, but Connor Hyatt could have returned it all the way if it was legal.
Yeah.
But he was thinking touchdown.
Yeah, and there should have been a penalty flag there for a chop block in the backfield. Their running back decided to dive at the feet of a outside blitzer we had there. Outside linebacker was blitzing, and he just cut his feet right out from under him. And if you know anything about high school football, that's illegal.
Yeah, and it's dangerous.
It is.
Wow.
And you see it a lot in college and the pros, but that's not a safe thing to be done, and he did it.
So now we're going to keep it right here. We're going to be back in just a second, ready to kick off, as our Maroon Devils now have a 31-6 lead over Bessemer City. And as we mentioned, the winner of this game heading up to, looks like, Mitchell High School outside of Burnsville up there. I think they call it Ledger Road. They may even call that community Ledger.
I believe they do.
We've been up there a couple of times before.
A lot of times, yeah.
Last time we played in 2011, we beat them in the state playoffs in the third round, I believe it was. And But
I left a bag of footballs up there one night after a ball game, my first year as a head coach. And we didn't realize it till we saw them on the film laying behind the goalposts, and I had to drive back up there to get them.
Yeah, those things are not cheap.
No.
Almost an onside kick, but they kicked it really short. One of our up men downs it at the 43-yard line, Coach. And again, their kicking game is just terrible.
He didn't mean to do that. He really didn't. That's after him kicking it way back here to the 10-yard line a minute ago. He got under that ball, and it went straight up and dropped right down on top of our second-line people.
Talking about Mitchell, we played them in the third round back in 2011, winning a tight one 28-21. But, hey, we'll worry about that when this one's finished. Right now we still got unfinished work to do. Damian under center, split backs, hands off right side, and good penetration again inside Bessemer City territory down near the 49-yard line before they finally were able to stop Ian Brooks, who he just didn't want to go down.
Well, they blitzed that linebacker again. They got in the three front, and they literally, our tackle and tight end, rolled him up, and he turned sideways because he saw it coming, and
too late.
Next thing it was, Ian was right there behind him. Now Ian's helmet has broken or something. He's going to have to be replaced here till he gets his helmet fixed, because he bowled right in there behind him, and we rolled him up that time.
Now it's going to be Carson Taylor and Colby Taylor, the Taylor brothers. And we haven't seen them in the same backfield much this year.
No, we've seen them a few times during the regular season. Now they've gone back to their forefront over there.
We got some movement. But no flag, though, fortunately.
Yeah.
And this time we run and get some yards out to the left side. This time it's going to be Colby Taylor. And these guys, as we mentioned, Carson is a sophomore, 5'11", 195. Colby is senior, 5'10", 190, almost identical size.
Yeah, he hit that thing running that time, and it was an outside veer, but they didn't have – when a linebacker is having to come from the middle to tackle a back 6 yards deep on a veer dive play, then you're doing something right. Now they're going back to the three front so they can blitz again, and we'll just watch, and we're going to hang this one up out here to Connor.
It's going to be intercepted.
Yep.
We overthrow him, and it's going to be picked off down there by Tyler Martin, 14.
There's another illegal block.
And he's forced out of bounds up near the 30-yard line. So, again, that pass sailed a little bit, and it's picked off.
Yeah, and Coach Blankenship's trying to talk to that official. But you can't chop block like that. And when he intercepted that ball, first thing one of the defensive backs did was take a run at one of our players and cut his feet right out from under him, right in front of the official. And somehow he didn't see anything wrong with that. I don't understand it.
So we've seen it a couple of times already. Now it's going to be Bessemer City ball. 6:10 to play, third quarter. Of course, they're behind the 8 ball right now, 31-6. Our Maroon Devils in front. But they have come out with a totally different offensive scheme here in the second half, spreading things out and throwing it to their big receiver. And, again, he's a big kid, Jameer Holmes, 6'3". And, again, the quarterback is a big kid. So they go from tall to tall.
Yeah. Yeah, they're running twins this time out to the wide side of the field with the big tall receiver inside this time. And we'll see. He's going to do the counter play again, and we stuff it again.
And that really, between the tackles so far tonight, Coach, has not been successful for the Yellow Jackets hardly at all.
No, the only time they've had any success is when they got down there close to the goal line a minute ago and kind of wedge blocked over here on their right side. That time they went to their left side, and I've yet to see that quarterback keep it. But because all he's done is either open up and hand it to him or spin and do a complete 360 and hand it to him where he can get in there just a little tighter.
This time they run their receiver, Dylan Lawrence, way over to the left side on the wide side of the field. Straight up coverage over there from Connor Hyatt. Quarterback under center. He's looking that way the whole way. Wants to throw that way, and he overthrows his man over here because everybody was covered.
Yeah, that ball, if he'd have thrown it in a straight line, might have been picked off.
Yeah, we have 3 guys over there.
Yeah, now we got officials discussing something. I didn't see a flag yet. Yeah, I do over here now, right in front of the marker.
Yeah, the line judge threw another one. Yeah, it looks like a false start on Bessemer City. And
may have been an ineligible because they're giving Coach Blankenship the option, and he's declining the penalty to make it third down. So I'm pretty sure it was something that happened after the snap.
Declined.
Yeah.
3rd and 10. And Coach, one thing about it, so far tonight, we haven't seen too many crucial penalties.
Not yet. Not yet. We hope we don't get any.
That's it.
They can get all they want. Now we see trips again to our sideline.
Short side of the field.
Yeah, and I've not seen him run the ball out of this yet. So we'll see. He's back there in the pistol set.
Here comes a blitz.
He's going to throw it.
Quarterback fires, and he's going to be way off target.
Yeah.
Good coverage over here by Ian Brooks on their wide man, Tyler Chambers.
And now we got a flag on the ground. I see it down there, and I believe he's going to call it on Ian for hitting the guy after the ball had passed him or something. I'm not sure what he's saying. But he's not. This official over here is about to get on Coach Blankenship's nerves.
Looks like just going to be interference.
Yeah, he's going to get on my nerves. The ball was already past him. I don't know how he gets an interference call. The ball was already out of bounds, and Ian ran into the kid, and now he's calling pass interference.
Wow,
so,
and it was not a catchable pass anyway.
No,
but
the ball hit the ground over here on the boundary, and kid he was 4 yards from the ball.
Oh, that's first down, automatic first down now for Bessemer City. So that's the first penalty that has really
yeah, we can't talk about that anymore, Gary.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
Yeah, if we start mentioning penalties, then all of a sudden
the
top blows off.
Yeah, they get a free first down here to keep this drive alive after we had them stopped.
Yeah, they're going to run this ball here. They bring everybody in there tight, and
here comes that double wing set again.
He's up under, and he's got both wings, and now he keeps it. He did keep running the option and made no attempt to hand the ball off. He just took off to the corner, and we piled him up over there, hopefully for a gain of just a couple.
Yeah, he tried to spin out of the grasp of Charlie Lambert, but Charlie doesn't miss many.
No, he doesn't. Once he gets his paws on you, you're pretty much got.
Yeah. So now, at the 44-yard line, it's going to bring up 2nd down and 9. And if you're wondering about a Murphy-Robbinsville score, in case you haven't heard, they both won easily last night. They're going to be matching up over at Big Oak Stadium in Robbinsville next Friday night. That's going to be a fun game. And the winner, of course, I really think will be the favorite heading into the 1A state championship run. Quarterback back to throw again. Swings it out to the right side. He comes back the other way. Got a good block over here.
He's reversed the field completely.
And he goes backwards. Coach, he went backwards.
He lost about 6 yards. He caught the ball on our sideline. We were coming at him, and he just decided he didn't want none of it. And he went all the way across the field to their sidelines and lost more than that, about 8 yards.
Yeah, I mean, Jake Langston had him in his sights, and he decided to go the other way, and Jake got blocked pretty well along with Ian Brooks. But again, over there was Thomas Allen on the other side as the running back tried to circle around and wound up losing about 7 or 8 yards. 3rd and 18 coming up.
It was that bubble screen again. Now they're set up in the same situation.
Yep.
They got trips to the wide side of the field.
Yeah, the big kid over here, wide right.
In the pistol set. He's going to throw it again. There you go, back to that middle cut. And there it is, and he caught the darn thing for a first down. Now we got penalty flags. We'll see what this is about.
Could be a holding in the backfield.
I saw 2 flags, I think, fly. There's the chop block.
Yeah, there's the chop block.
They finally got one.
Yeah, and I think they chop blocked Big Nick.
Yeah, I don't know how they've been getting away with it. You sit up here and you see it happening, and I think Coach Blankenship has made his point out there that they can't continue to do that. They may have gotten away with it all season, but it's not right. It's unsafe, and when you start hitting a kid around his knees and he's running,
not good.
No,
that's dangerous.
No,
you can ruin a guy's career doing that.
That's right, and it's illegal. I mean, you can't do that. So it negates that catch, which is good.
So now coming out for a breather is going to be Thomas Allen. Coming back in is Donovan Groenwald. And, boy, instead of a first down up near Maroon Devil territory at the 45-yard line.
30 now or something like that.
Goes way back near the 20-yard line.
Yeah.
Man, huge penalty.
Yeah. We just need to keep them down here on this end of the field and let them try to punt again, and hopefully.
And that's been an adventure.
Yeah. Now they've got to split out a little bit now. He's going to throw this one again, and now we've got a penalty out here, or we may have a timeout. But we weren't right. Yeah, that's what it is. Coach Blankenship, he wisely took a timeout because they had us out here hung out with their best receiver one-on-one out here. Our free safety was just too far away, and I think that's what Coach Blankenship saw.
3.5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 31-6. Maroon Devils in control over Bessemer City. And if we can stop them here and force a punt, Maroon Devils are going to be in really good shape here tonight, especially if we can put one again in the end zone, Coach. That would pretty much seal the deal.
Exactly. And we're, the clock's not in our favor yet. Not yet. But in about 2 more minutes, then it's going to be in our favor.
Yes,
but we've got to hold them here first and foremost and get the ball, and then we can take our time and just don't make any mistakes, and we can control the biggest part of the fourth quarter.
That's it, with a 31-6 lead, and again, if we can add to that and make it even a 37-6 score, Bessemer City is going to start giving up a little bit.
Yeah.
So now they're going to have the quarterback back in the shotgun again on third down, literally on 30. Back to throw. Up for grabs on the right side, and he overthrows his man. Double coverage over here. Ian Brooks had him low, and Connor Hyatt had him over the top.
And that's exactly what Coach Blankenship wanted, because he was out here all by himself, this receiver was. He was outside the numbers. It was obvious they were putting him out here so he could just run and get himself open. He did a little stutter step. But the ball was poorly thrown.
It was, again, a big, tall receiver, talking about Elijah Love, a 6'4 senior. This team, a senior-oriented team, 9 seniors, 8 juniors, 6 sophomores. Not a huge roster, 29 kids on the team, including 6 freshmen. So not exactly a huge roster. Our Maroon Devils with a freshman coming up, 49 players, 13 seniors, 8 juniors, 14 sophomores, 14 freshmen. Here they go, punting it again. Line drive, their best punt of the night by far, is going to take a Yellow Jacket roll, and still we're going to get it in good shape at the 43-yard line of Maroon Devil territory with 3:15 to play and a 31-6 lead here, Coach. So again, great field position. If we can use the clock, do what we do, which is run the football, it's going to be good.
Yeah, and and if Coach Blankenship sees it and he starts realizing that the clock isn't in the favor, then you won't see the ball in the air very much.
You said it. And our offensive line has been doing a really good job, because our running game has worked tonight. We had 103 yards rushing on 21 carries in the first half, compared to 16 carries for only 25 yards for Bessemer City in the first half. But again, Bessemer really came out throwing it all over the place here in the third quarter. But now it's our Maroon Devil football with split backs. And we're going to have an official timeout on the field. They're getting the spot right. They're moving it up about half a yard out there, as now our Maroon Devils can get over the football and get ready to go on offense here as the
they're going back to their 4-man front. Yeah, actually a 5-man front. And they're going to bring somebody off the edge. And Damien runs the follow again inside of the blitz.
Into the secondary again, breaking tackles. He's still going all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
Wow. He actually spun and spun. I don't know how many times he spun. But every time he got hit, he just kept spinning and kept coming out of it. But
they didn't wrap him up.
No. He ran right by inside that blitz again with that follow play, faking it, just a halfway fake to the running back, and then he just jumped right in behind him, and up through there he went. And all the blitzing was coming from the outside.
And I tell you, if you had to single out one thing tonight, Coach, the difference in this game has been Damian Lossy.
Oh, yeah, he's putting on a show, and that's Damian.
He has really run things well from his quarterback spot. This time he hands off to the left side. Coming up over there on the tackle is going to be Dalton Watson, and a short gain over there for the Maroon Devils, Colby Taylor.
Yeah, that was really the first time I've seen them close like that to take that dive away on the veer block on this side. He went down in there and took it, but now Damien will make them pay for that sooner or later too, because we had them strung out and going to do it again. We're lining up the same way, and we'll see what happens right here. This looks like it might be one of those deals where Damien keeps this ball.
Strong side right
there.
Try
to run a blitz.
Linebackers right up there in that gap.
Mm-hmm. They're stepping up, trying to get Damien before he gets moving. He goes to the other side. He audibled
Big
out.
Gain.
He
Big
did.
Gain.
He switched it over to run out. We had the inside veer called to the weak side. He switched it to the outside veer to the strong side when he audibled right there.
And a first down.
And got the first down, but got away from that blitzing linebacker.
And a good job this time. That was Carson Taylor running over there on the right side. We got both Taylor brothers in the backfield. Giving Ian Brooks. Ian Brooks has played a heck of a game tonight as well. He's getting a breather.
Yeah, on both sides of the ball. And,
he has.
And let's leave those brothers in there. And there again, we're closing in on a minute and a half left in the third quarter.
And the Taylor brothers, Damian Lossy runs it. He spun. This time they caught him in the backfield before he could spin it. Yeah. And Watson got a hand on him and slung him down.
Yeah, he's talking to his running back now about getting on out there where he can pitch him the football. Damien really wanted to pitch that football. And because he felt like he saw who had him, and he slowed down just enough. But when he looked out there, the back wasn't there yet, so he didn't. He just ate it there.
And I think he felt that guy's hand on his back.
He did, and he didn't want to try to pitch that thing and pitch it back there on the ground. So he was talking to his running backs about getting out there where he can see you.
Now it's going to be Connor wide right. Coming over here wide left is Greenwald. And the Taylor brothers behind Damian Lossie under center now. Under a minute to play, third quarter. And our Maroon Devils in control, 31-6.
Outside veer, and
right
there we
side.
go. Yep.
Right over the right side,
He's
running
still
hard.
rolling, yeah.
And another first down. And again, it's going to be Carson Taylor. He likes that right side of the line, doesn't he?
Yeah, I'm telling you, we down blocked him that time. I could have gone through there. Me and you could have gone through there. They knocked
hole.
him down, yeah.
Big hole.
He was tackled by the corner on the back side out there defending a wide receiver.
And that tells you that your defense is in trouble.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when your secondary is leading you in tackles,
you're in
you
trouble.
got a problem.
That's going to be the final play of the third quarter as both teams will now go to the other side of the field. 31-6, Maroon Devils in control. We'll be back with that final quarter from Bessemer City here on the Maroon Devils Network.
I'm Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. And if you enjoy our videos, please hit the notification bell down below so you can get a notification every time that we upload a video.
Fans, welcome back. A couple of scores. Mitchell all over Polk County, 28-0. And that's a very similar score that they beat Polk by earlier in the season, in the regular season. Also, Elkin leading Andrews right now, 34-7. Both those games in the fourth quarter. And ours right now just getting ready to start the fourth quarter. Maroon Devils in front, 31-6. Knocking on the door again. Getting ready to add to this lead here. Let's see if we can do that.
Yeah, we're going with two tights this time.
First and goal.
And bunching them up in there. It looks like it may be some wedge blocking. Yep, it was. And trying to run straight up field.
Still running.
Still running.
Still on his
They're
feet.
not going down. And he turned completely backwards, kept pushing, rolled around, and picked up three more yards.
Good work in there by, I think that was Colby that time, 34.
Yeah.
34 and 32 in the backfield along with Damian Lossie.
Yeah, he hammered that one up in there, and we did. We wedge blocked it. He jumped right in there behind him and just kept his feet going the whole time.
So now it's going to bring up second down and goal, but we only need a couple of yards to punch this one into the end zone. And for the most part, put this game out of reach.
Yep, two tight ends again. I don't see us changing anything about it. Yep, there goes Damien. Nope, no, he hadn't.
That's inside. Is he in? Yes, touchdown, Maroon Devils on the board. And again, just good running, getting the angle. He found a seam and popped it right through there.
Yeah, he when he first hit up in there, they kind of stopped him, and then he just moved over one player and then rolled it on in. And they got a
player down.
They got a player down. That's right where the wedge blocking was going on. So he may be done for the night.
And Carrie Powell running on there, and I tell you, Carrie does a great job as our certified athletic trainer. And she's going to go out there and help. See if she can, the injured player. 11:09 to play now. It's they haven't put the score up there yet, but it's 37-6. Maroon Devils all over the Bessemer City Yellow Jackets here tonight. So this would be an upset as we're a lower seed. But
well, it's a much different looking team than we are than 2 years ago when we were here.
Yes.
And we were in a dogfight and ended up turning the ball over a lot and. Penalties killed us, and but we're just doing. Everybody's doing so much better job tonight.
And we're going to take a timeout while they help the injured player. A stretcher is coming on. Fans will be back. 31-6 Maroon Devils with a touchdown yet on the scoreboard. We'll be back in 1 minute here on the Maroon Devils Network.
This is Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. I've got some important information for you guys, so listen up. It is time to pre-order your very own DVD or Blu-ray box set of the 2019 Maroon Devil varsity football season. This action-packed set will include every regular season game, all postseason games, plus a specially edited game highlights program. You can choose either DVDs or Blu-ray discs for the same low price of just $30 per set. Go to www.maroondevils.com and click Store to place your order. Get all of the action and excitement of the 2019 varsity football season to enjoy in the comfort of your own home for years to come. So what are you waiting for? Go now. Go to www.maroondevils.com to get your own piece of Maroon Devil history. This is Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. Swain County Schools views athletic participation as an extension of the classroom, where valuable life lessons are taught and learned by student athletes. These lessons are best learned when respect is accorded to all participants: players, coaches, officials, administrators, and other fans. Profanity, sexist, racial, or ethnic comments or other intimidating actions directed at anyone in this contest venue will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Help us make the right call by exhibiting good sportsmanship throughout the event, regardless of personal feelings or loyalties during the contest. Sportsmanship. Together, we make the right call.
Fans, welcome back to Bessemer City here on a Friday night. Again, we're in kind of a lengthy delay here as one of the Bessemer City linemen to avoid any or to try and keep all precautions. They brought the backboard on, and now a show of unity. Both teams are meeting out there at about the 25-yard line. Both teams, our Maroon Devils and the Yellow Jackets of Bessemer City. All those folks out there, the cheerleaders and everybody out there together and congregating. And Coach, I believe they're just saying a prayer for this injured player that they're still working on.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going on. And it's that young man hasn't moved since the pile got up down there. And he was a defensive lineman for him. He's a big young man, but he didn't move a muscle. And so immediately it was obvious that he had some real problems. And so they got the EMS people out there and all the trainers that are here, and probably a doctor or two out there looking at him right now, trying to talk about how to get him up on this backboard and remove him from the field here. But both teams are in the middle out there. They got their bowed in prayer, and we hope everything works out for him. But he sure has been there a while.
I think the best I can see, they are just now trying to get him on the backboard, and of course they strap down basically anything that can move, your head, your legs, and everything, and just to be sure there's no a spinal injury. That's the biggest precaution, I think, that they're trying to be so sensitive about, and wisely so.
Yeah, there's a protocol, even to what to do with the helmet. You know, used to, first thing they do is come out there and snatch your helmet off of you. They don't do that anymore. They actually will remove the face mask by clipping the fasteners off and leave the helmet on you, so that way they're not trying to tug around on you and do more damage if you have any type of injury to your neck or your spinal column. And so right now they're trying to get him stabilized so that they can get him up on this gurney out here, get him on that backboard and get him strapped down. And most of the time they remove that face mask in case they have to administer or put oxygen on or anything of that nature. But there's a protocol and a series of steps they go through to so they can remove the player.
Bringing you up to date on some scores around the state. Mountain Island Charter right now beating Mount Airy 28-13 in that ball game. Right now, North Lincoln leading Pisgah 28-10. It's Brevard over Chase 41-21. Right now, Albemarle losing 26-0 to Thomas Jefferson. So Albemarle is maybe on the way out. Elkin leading Andrews 34-7 in the only other 1A game. Of course, last night Murphy and Robbinsville winning easily, setting up their showdown again. This time it's going to be, instead of Murphy like it was last year, they're going to be playing over at Robbinsville next Friday night. And that's going to be a huge game because the winner of that game is the odds-on favorite, I think, Coach, to win that 1A championship.
Oh, yeah, that beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just look at – you just have to look at it historically and know that, that's probably the way it's going to be.
And they have just now the last couple of years in the Big 1A or the 1AA, if you want to be technically correct, it's been a good run over there for Tarboro. They've had a pretty good run here as they've won a couple in a row, and we'll see if they can make it a three-peat this year. They are one of the number one seeds on that side of the bracket. We'll see how far that goes. And now it looks like they've lifted the young man up. They're going to be putting him on the gurney stretcher out there on the field. Even Coach Neil Blankenship out there helping him out. And we'll see if they roll him off the field or actually bring the ambulance onto the field. They're still working on him out there, and that tells you this could be real serious.
Yeah, it looked serious because he wasn't thrashing around. He wasn't trying to do anything. He wasn't making any movements at all when we saw him. And then in a minute, the trainers had him kind of covered up, and the EMS people, they didn't hesitate. So they must have known something was pretty bad wrong from the get-go.
And they're still on the field. They're now strapping him down as they have him on the stretcher so that there can be no movement. And I saw a similar situation, and I'm not trying to make light of this young man's situation, last week in Cullowhee. One of the Western Carolina players was in a similar situation, and thank goodness his injury was just strained neck muscles, and he was able to come back and join the team this week. But you don't know that at the time.
No, you got to take every precaution, especially with a head or neck or back injury. And when a young man doesn't move from the field and doesn't attempt to get himself up, then you know something's bad wrong.
They now take him off the field, and he's getting a standing ovation from both sides. And believe me, our Maroon Devil fans outnumber the Bessemer City fans 2 or 3 to 1 here tonight.
I'm betting about 3 to 1. Yeah, and we're here at their place, but
and we never could see a number, but one of their linemen is again being helped off the field, and now they might even take a minute or two to let the players kind of warm up again before they get back to getting after it with 11:09 still to play.
Yeah, we'll know probably by process of elimination here when we get started back to play which one is going to be missing. It's kind of narrowed down to one of the two with the 70 numbers on, because that was their big people that were playing defensive tackle and offensive tackle. So maybe we will know more here in just a minute.
I tell you, Coach, just looking at the sideline right now, I'm guessing it could be Big Rock Hewitt, 54, who's a 5'9". They don't list his weight, but it looked like he went about 260. Yeah. He was not real tall, but he was a big, strong, stout-looking kid, and I don't see him out there anymore.
Right, yeah. And, now, we did score on the last play, correct?
We did.
Am I right? Yeah,
absolutely.
When he got injured.
Not up yet.
No, they're probably not wanting to accept that right now, but...
and now we saw the head referee signal touchdown to the score press box over there. We're not in the press box. We're on the visitor side of the field, up in the stands, literally.
I like this better.
This ain't bad.
As long as it ain't raining.
That's it. Now they put the score up 37-6. And now we're going to line up, looks like, and try to kick an extra point. Coming back in is going to be Aiden Pond. We have struggled with that tonight.
Yeah. Maybe he can hit this one right here and seal it. But now we were talking about the clock earlier. Now the clock is all in our favor. And,
this one looks better, and it's good.
Yeah, it's straight up the middle. Good.
And we'll keep it right here. And Coach, with a 38-6 lead with 11:09 to play, they're in trouble.
Yeah, and they know that, and they've lost a real good player in there, and that
hurts.
And that hurts them, and so now it's just a matter of us keep control of the clock. Don't let them start giving them any fire to get back in this thing. So.
Well, I take that back, Coach. Now I see Rock Hewitt over there on the sideline, so it was not him. He is still over there in uniform. So I think you're right. One of their 70 numbers. They've got
Justin Carver, 76.
Yeah, he's still here.
Yeah, and the other one I was looking at is the 57, Darius Boyd. He's a senior, 6'3", 305, because he was a hefty young man, and I don't know. We'll know here in a moment when they come back out on the field. We're getting ready to kick to them, whether it was him or not, because I'm pretty sure.
I think that could be it. He's probably not going to be on the kickoff team, but we're ready to go as we're going to be kicking it back to the Yellow Jackets of Bessemer City and their deep man, Elijah Hill and C.J. Williams. This one is going to be, it's a loose ball. They touched it. We are on it at the 34-yard line. I think it's Maroon Devil football.
Yeah, we kicked a line drive, and a young man who was back there as a blocker, the ball ended up right in his face, and he tried to field it, and it bounced off of him right to us.
So a big break for the Maroon Devils, and right now everything going our way with 11:04 to play and a 38-6 lead.
Well, I think it's about time something went our way. You know, we like when things go our way.
Oh, no doubt. As we mentioned, the last 3 or 4 years, this second round has been a real bugaboo. Looks like we're going to be moving on to round 3 here. This time the Maroon Devils line him up. Ian Brooks back in the backfield. We got people moving, though.
Yeah, we did. Something changed on the snap count there, and because we had a back moving and a lineman, so that told us something right there. Something changed. Oh, new quarterback. It always happens. That's going to happen. Yep, it happens because they're not used to hearing his signal calling. So,
and in at quarterback is going to be Gabe Lillard, a true freshman, 5'9", 170-pounder.
Yeah, I saw him over here taking snaps, but I wasn't sure if he was going in or not.
So he's going to go in, and run this Maroon Devil offense. Looks like most of the other starters are pretty much the same. As we run down across the 35-yard line. That looks like as they all untangle, which one of the Taylor brothers?
All I know is the one on the right side.
That's it, and 32 and 34.
Yeah, it's a veer blocking, run the inside veer to the right side of the line. Ball's in the middle of the field. We still like about 12 yards to pick up a first down. But that's not what's important right now. What's important is that clock ticking up there.
Carson Taylor on the right. Oh. And his brother goes right up the gut on the left. That was Colby taking the handoff this time, and a good run.
Yep, he ran the midline this time, and he carries one of the linebackers into the secondary with him there. But he picks up 5 or 6 yards, and that's going to bring up third down in about 6.
10-12 to play here tonight at Bessemer City. Our Maroon Devils in control, 38-6. Coming back in now is going to be Gage Jones. He brings in the play from the sideline. And again, a new quarterback, Gabe Lillard, in there. And I tell you, Damian Lossy deserves to get a break. He has played one whale of a game. And if you had to hand out an MVP, he would be a candidate. As this time we hand off to the right side. And again, over there is Carson Taylor as he carries. That should be enough for a Maroon Devil first down. As also coming in now is going to be Robert Graham. We're seeing some wide receivers run the plays in and out from Scotty McMahon, our offensive coordinator over here.
Yeah, he's getting some of these key players out, and sorry about that. Getting some of the key players out and letting these other guys who practice every day get some reps in here too.
Got a lot of wide receivers coming in and out. Now we're going to have to call a timeout because we can't get the right play in with 9:15 to play.
Yeah, or the right people. I think they were struggling to make sure they had the right people in there to do what they wanted to do, and wisely took a timeout because you don't. At this point in time, you don't need another penalty because it's fourth down and fourth and about 1. So.
And fans, as we mentioned, we're on the way to Mitchell High School next week. Last we heard, Mitchell led Polk County 28-zip. Mitchell, a number 2 seed. Our Maroon Devils, a number 6 seed. Now we're upsetting a number 3 seed in Bessemer City here tonight. So again, if you haven't been to Mitchell High School, it's not a bad drive. Only about 2 hours from Bryson City to Mitchell High School. You go up through Burnsville, go down there about 4 or 5 miles, hang a left, and go up to a little community called Ledger. It's up on the mountain. Beautiful stadium.
Stadium's cut right out of the side of the mountain, just like ours, and it's right on top of that mountain.
Really a pretty atmosphere. And we dropped the football, but now we pick it back up. There's Lillard, the quarterback, getting his hands on it. And I'll tell you, Coach, they have a great tradition at Mitchell High School, just like we do.
Oh yeah, and we've played up. We used to play them in the regular season some.
Yeah.
And when everybody was still looking for games, it's a long way to go. For a home and away, but we tried to do 2-year contracts with them and ended up several times playing them over in the regular season. But back in those days, Mitchell was 2A.
They were
2A at that time. But it was like we had some interesting ball games up there, some close ball games.
Oh, the last time we were there, 2011, third round of the state playoffs, we won 28-21, but it was a battle right to the wire. An outstanding game.
Yeah, it seems like my first year as a head coach, I think we won 3-0. I think that's what the score was.
They've always played great football. This time, Bessemer City throws it down the right sideline up for grabs, and it's going to be, let's see. There's a little controversy over there on the sideline.
They're going to get an interference call against us.
And that's going to be Lucas Brown.
Yeah, out of bounds. Because he's over there with his hands up like, what did I do? And I'm not real sure what he did either, but that official on their sidelines decided that somehow he interfered with him, but I didn't see him push him or grab him or pull on him or anything. He just he was just standing there with him.
So now that's going to give Bessemer City the football. Let's see where they're going to wind up spotting at the 43-yard line. First down and 10. 9 minutes to play here on a Friday night down at Bessemer City. If you're wondering where it is, it's just a few miles east of Shelby, down here near Kings Mountain. Kind of between Shelby and Charlotte, if you will. This time the quarterback back in the shotgun. Pistol again, got it back behind him. He drops the snap. He picks it up. He's trying to run to that side, and we stop him over there on the sideline for a loss. But again, quarterback never really got the snap.
No, it bounced right up over his head, and he tried to bat it down, and it ended up behind him. And we were all over him pretty quick, and he ends up losing about 4.
So now it's going to bring up second down and 14 with 8:45 and counting. They got out of bounds, but now the official's saying run the clock, and it still hasn't started yet. Even though he gave the clock signal, he's still winding that arm, and now they finally get the clock running.
Yeah, I don't know why they'd want to leave any more time up there, but maybe they think they still got a chance, and, it would take not a small miracle. It'd be a pretty big one, yeah.
It'd be a big miracle.
Come back from this deficit.
Got a man in motion this time to the right side, and they've got a new quarterback in the ball game as well, as now Tyler Martin is coming in at the quarterback for this play. Let's see if he stays in.
Yeah, we've got offsides on us now. Another flag.
So that's going to give them 5 as they had a second down and 14. Going to bring up, depending on where they spot the ball, up near the original line of scrimmage, up near the 43, about the 42-yard line. 2nd and 11, we'll call it now, with 8:14 and counting.
Yeah, when here coming back out, they got the second quarterback in there. They got a split wide receiver. I can't see them throwing it a whole lot, run the isolation this time, and we stack him up at the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to go.
Yeah, ran the isolation, using the wing back as the lead blocker and the tailback handing it to him. It's been a solid play for them tonight, but they've not got much out of it in between the tackles.
Charlie Lambert in on that tackle for the Maroon Devils. It's 3rd down and still 10. They only got a yard on that play with 7:37 and counting. And again, a new quarterback, and they still like to set up in that double wing on occasion, as it looks like they're going to do on this one. And one wide to the left, one wide to the right. The big 6'4" kid wide right. And, the quarterback's in trouble. He went right, then he went back left. And, Coach, I think he was just lost. I think there was a busted play.
Yeah, it was a busted play. He got a little confused, and he just took off with it, trying to get to the boundary, our sidelines, and we stacked him up there at the line of scrimmage. And that brings up 4th down for them.
So now 4th down and long. They, again, got stopped for a loss, and their punter is back. We're talking about Elijah Love. He's their big 6'4" receiver who also punts. And they have had some problems with their kicking and punting game here tonight. As dropping back is going to be Gage Jones to return. 6:45 and counting here at Bessemer City before this one is going to wind up our way this year.
Yeah, I think we're going to play it safe this time, do a limited rush. Oh man, he punted that ball on the ground.
Right off his toe and a line drive, and it goes down to about the 37, and we're going to take it off there, and he just didn't hit that one well at all.
Yeah, that ball hit the ground at the line of scrimmage when he punted it, and it just took off like a jackrabbit.
And just got a good roll and a good bounce. So now 6:22 to play. Our Maroon Devils will get the football at least one more time here, and we're probably going to see a whole new offense coming in. We do. We see a lot of very fresh-looking jerseys coming in from the sideline. So looks like the first unit is pretty well done for the night, Coach, and that's good to see. Hey, those guys, they've done a great job tonight. We're going to have a timeout as our head coach Neil Blankenship and Scotty McMahon, offensive coordinator, want to make sure they get the right guys in at the right spots in the second unit.
Yeah, you about have to call a timeout because you've replaced people, but you don't know whether you've got them all in there or whether you put 2 in the same place. And so you literally go out there counting helmets and trying to decide if you've put the right people in the right place.
And now we're going to have probably some new backs in there. We see Chris Singley, a freshman, one of the guys over there in that huddle. Looks like the Taylor brothers, who had a great night tonight, and Ian Brooks are finished running the football, and they did a very good job. But I tell you what, it was our offensive line and the running of Damian Lossey that made a huge difference.
Yeah, Damian just took it over, and he
did.
That's the difference in 2 years ago when we were here. And he was just beginning his high school career, if I remember correctly. And then tonight, hanging on to the football and making plays that he made with his feet and his brain, and then knowing what to do.
Yeah, bad snap where we couldn't get the ball to the quarterback. Yeah. Ball on the ground. I think we got it back. But you're right, Coach. Damian Lossey just made the right decision at the right time tonight on a couple of those big touchdown runs.
Damien being Damien. Yeah. That's it, buddy. And I'm telling you.
Oh, now they're going to give it to Bessemer City. Their ball on the turnover, but not going to make a huge difference here.
No, I just hate to see them get out there and have a chance to play and then end up with the ball on the ground on the very first play. And
a lot of those guys are going to stay in on defense.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, our quarterback who was in a moment ago, Gabe Lillard, going to be in the secondary. Back there with him is going to be Robert Green, who plays a lot back there anyway. Colby Taylor over there on one side of the defense. We've got Connor Driver in there. We've got Cameron Blankenship back in the secondary.
Yeah, and I noticed they didn't stop the clock during the change of possession. I saw the officials talking over here to Coach. The head official did with Coach Blankenship, so I'm pretty sure they've decided to go ahead and run the clock. They fumble it, and then they pitch it back, and they run
to the right.
Yeah.
They got some positive yards, but we're seeing on their side, Coach, they have a lot of new faces in on offense as well.
Yeah, they're trying to get their people in, and they don't have enough to replace everybody, so they're doing what they can out there by putting some more players in, and so we've got all new faces out there, and some of the younger players getting their shot.
We got Sam Bernheisel in. We got Connor Driver in. A couple of those guys up on the front line. So a lot of new faces. We'll try to pass along numbers as we can. Also another big lineman up there is Brent Jackson, 5'7", 220, a junior. So we've got, again, a lot of good guys up front. One of those guys, Elias Watkins, a true senior. 6'2" in there. This time they toss it. Halfback wants to throw down the field. Going to be up for grabs.
Whoa.
Knocked away. And a good defensive play back in the secondary back there on that halfback pass.
Great defensive play. Went up and made himself a receiver. And
Cameron Blankenship.
Yeah, he went up and jumped as high as he could and went with both hands. That's what I like to see. Tried to come down with that football with both hands.
Our secondary right now, Cameron Blankenship back there, Gabe Lillard back there. As we mentioned, Robert Green. Also back there is John Parton. Those are our four. Those are our two corners and two safeties. So this time they bring one wide to the left side. Again, they have a lot of new faces in on offense.
Yeah.
So kind of the white flag has been waved. This time they run right up the gut. Good run over there. That's one of their better backs on the night. I'm looking. That's Jarkevius Love, their starter.
They left him in. They probably don't have anybody that can really tote the mail like he can. And the young quarterback just turned around and handed it to him, and he blazed right through us.
He's capable.
That shows you why. How he got the numbers he got this year.
He had big numbers his last game before they had a week off last week. He had over 200 yards rushing. So, and again, they're going to finish up the season 7-5.
Same play, and he's going to try to break it to the outside this time.
They run to the right side. They got outside, and did they get in the end zone? They're very close. Boy, there it is. They finally signal touchdown for the Yellow Jackets. 2:09 to play, making it 38-12. Maroon Devils in the driver's seat. And again, a lot of new faces for both teams.
Yeah, he opened up and gave him the ball. There was nothing right there in the middle. He just popped that thing out of there, headed towards their sidelines, and basically just dove into the end zone.
And they're probably letting Jarkevius finish up his senior season, Coach. He is a senior, and this will be his last game. As all these seniors, they have 9 of them.
Yeah.
Their last game ever for high school football.
Yeah, they're doing that to leave him in there, let him get his numbers like he wants them, and
they tossed to the left side this time.
Left side, and I don't believe he's going to get in. Nope. We're still dragging him down.
Yep, they tried for 2. Didn't get it in with 1:23 to play, and the clock's still running.
Yeah, we drug him all over the field out there before we finally got him down. But
never give up, right?
Right, they did.
Never give them up. And so, again, right now, clock running, and they'll kick it back to us, and we'll wrap this one up and send it back to the studio, WBHN. We appreciate those guys, Andy Rogers, Wyatt Burnett, Roy Burnett, 94.1 FM and 1590 AM. And, of course, on Maroon Devils Network on the Internet tonight. We can't bring you the video, but we've got the audio, and we're going to be right there at Mitchell High School next Friday. We've been there before, and that's actually a little easier trip than it is tonight.
Oh, yeah. You don't have to fool with Interstate 26 right. Or Shelby traffic. Or,
Amen.
No, you just...
how many red lights can you have in Shelby?
Well, yeah, and the only thing is if you will have to deal with part of 26, it's according to which way you go. If you go the Mars Hill route and go Burnsville way, then you're going to have to deal with 26 till you get to Mars Hill. And then
that side's not too bad, though.
Yeah, well, most of the time it's not, but Lord of mercy, anymore, who knows?
Yeah.
If it says 26 on it, I try to avoid it.
Well, coaches, we've seen, as we saw coming down today, they've started a 5-year project to widen I-26 from Asheville to the airport exit. 5-year project to make it an extra lane each side. But again, that's going to take 5 years.
You know what? No, it's going to take 20 years. Trust me. It's been 25 years, like I said on the way down here, since they've moved those same orange and white barrels off there.
Yeah.
I know. I've hit several of them.
Yeah, right there where 40 and 26 merge.
Oh, yes.
And that's been a nightmare. They kick it deep, and looks like Donovan Groenwald's going to hit a knee, and that's the right thing to do.
He just downed it down there because the clock's running. The ball game is over right there. All he did was scoop it up, hit a knee right there on about the 2-yard line.
That's the final play, Coach. We're going to go shake hands. And fans, as we mentioned, we know who we're playing. We're going to be at Mitchell High School next Friday night. That's exactly a 2-hour drive. Unless you stop a couple of times over to Mitchell High School. We go over there to play those Mountaineers, and we hope you'll come over and join us. That's going to be a much taller task, I think, Coach, than we saw here tonight.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope it snows. Yeah. I really do. Yeah.
It'll probably be colder for sure.
I guarantee you it's probably going to be. Yeah.
All right, fans, that's going to wrap it up. 38-12, our Maroon Devils on the winning side, and Mitchell is going to be our next opponent next Friday night. Join us then. Thanks to Joe Holt, Toby Burrell, and Coach Rod White saying so long from Bessemer City.
This is Taylor Holt with the Maroon Devils Network. I've got some important information for you guys, so listen up. It is time to pre-order your very own DVD or Blu-ray box set of the 2019 Maroon Devil varsity football season. This action-packed set will include every regular season game, all postseason games, plus a specially edited game highlights program. You can choose either DVDs or Blu-ray discs for the same low price of just $30 per set. Go to www.maroondevils.com and click Store to place your order. Get all of the action and excitement of the 2019 varsity football season to enjoy in the comfort of your own home for years to come. So what are you waiting for? Go now. Go to www.maroondevils.com to get your own piece of Maroon Devil history.